Saw Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salasol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salasol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salasol.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see sunny skies. It'll be warmer with highs in the low to mid 80s and a south wind gusting up to 30 miles an hour. Mostly clear to partly cloudy tonight with lows in the lower 60s. South winds gusting to 25 miles an hour. Lots of sunshine again on Tuesday with highs in the low to mid 80s. An isolated shower or storm possible Tuesday night. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
This weather information is brought to you by The Solid Rock, your source for inspirational gifts, home decor, women's boutique items, personalized Bibles, and more.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, you're listening to ESPN 95.3.
ERX Paris Fort Smith.
Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Joaquin things dominate, and we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
What name of one Razorback is vintage Matt Jones?
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Hello, good morning, happy Monday, and let's get into this week here. It's ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. Great to be with you today. Well, the sun is shining outside, and I'm smiling for the moment. Matt Jones is in studio. I'm Phil Elson. He's in there with Christian Johnston. And, Matt, are you smiling right now, too?
Just so I'm not crying.
Okay.
Smiling just so you don't cry, yeah.
That's probably the best. That may be the – well, I'm not ready to cry just yet. It's still March. Right? I'll keep telling myself that until it turns into April 1st in a couple of days. But yeah, we have a little bit of the foundations feel that they're shaking on the start of the baseball season here, which isn't the start anymore. Now we're still kind of at the middle, the beginning to the middle, I think. That seems to be about right. Well, hey, at least there was a legendary shot last night to send UConn to the Final Four. That'll make one team cry. The other team's going to be crying tears of joy. Maybe tears can be the theme of halftime over the next week.
It is a Therapy Monday. We talked about this before, a couple hours ago before the show, but it's sometimes games happen like this. You either take it from somebody or you give it away, and talk about a gift. That he just gave it. There's 14 other moves he could have made. If you're a PlayStation guy, I know C Gamer over here is. There's 14 other buttons you could have pushed and done anything else, and you would have won the game. But the one you chose, you like, yeah, I got to watch that game. That was brutal.
I think I like how you put it in terms of the video game. Now, I don't play video game. It's been a long time since I did.
It's been a long time since I played, yeah.
But you remember, like, you would have those moments when I did play, and if you would play Madden or NHL 94, 95, that was the one I really got into. And it's like you would have one of those moments where you froze, and you're talking about trying to push the right button. You ended up pushing the wrong button. I think Boozer yesterday slammed his hand down on every button all at once. That's what that looked like.
Controller, yeah. He ran out of charge right there because the dude's a hell of a player. No, 12's a really good player, and you hate it. I mean, you hate it for anybody. People make mistakes. I've made a mistake at the end of the game that cost us the game. And you wear it with you. You're just like, man, because you don't want to let your teammates down.
Oh, Matt, when you bring that up, I think it still affects you.
Well, he'll think about, well, it did for a while. Not anymore. I mean, but like when I was in my youth, yeah, now it doesn't. So that's a whole other show to get into.
Well, it's Therapy Monday. I thought I
Now-
might dig a little bit deeper.
Now, no, we're not doing any wall breaks today. I'll tell you that. But it was one of those games where he knows the right move to make, and he made the wrong move. And I was watching that game. I watched about 80% of that game, and Duke had it the whole time. It was a smash and grab job, and it was they gave him a gift.
Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like. Well, I mean, first of all, there's a gift of giving up. I don't remember what the score was at halftime. Then there's the gift of giving up a double-digit lead with 6 minutes left, but still having the 2-point lead and having to do, the most simple thing. You don't even have to get the ball past half court. Just inbound and hold it and wait to be fouled, and you probably win the game. It's about as simple as that, right?
They did perfect. They fouled him. They didn't let him get a shot off. There was 10 seconds to go, and they fouled him, and you're up 3. So the most they can do is make 2. You block out. You don't no fluky deals. It was the perfect setup. They did exactly what you're taught to do. Get the rebound. Let them foul you. You're one of the foul shooters, and if anything, throw the ball up as high as you can there. Because think about that shot. That shot took a full second and a half from the time he shot it to the time it goes through the net. You throw the ball as high, that's 3 seconds right there. It's and you work on that. That's, as coaches, you'll be surprised. Well, Phil, you probably won't be surprised, but 90% of the things that you work on as a coach and as a team are situational things. It's all It's like, all right, this is the situation. This is what we're going to do. Like in football, we'd practice. We're going to do 3rd and short all day. We're going to do 3rd and long all day. We're going to put yourself in this mindset. All right, we're going to work on the last 10 seconds of a basketball game all day. And then you're going to go over different scenarios. Like that's
baseline
it.
inbound, sideline inbound,
that's
all
it.
of them.
Yeah, and they had an Amber Heard moment.
It has been a moment since Amber Heard had an appearance on halftime. But I think that's now, in order for that Amber Heard moment to happen, the shot still had to go down. And the shot did go down, didn't it? I'll play it for you right here in just a moment when we get this situation right. But the shot had to go down for that for the Amber Heard situation to actually happen. And for a freshman, for one thing, to be on the court in that moment, I know he played practically the entire game. You're not a freshman anymore when it's late March. But to be part of the double team, to get the deflected pass, to give it up, and then be ready to have it thrown right back to you for the biggest. I mean, you guys call it the biggest shot of your life. That's one of the biggest shots in college basketball history, and that's not going overboard on it either here. I mean, that's a legacy-defining shot that puts Braylon Mullins' name up there with Christian Laettner, with Luke May. With
Bryce Drew. Yeah, they didn't win anything yet.
They didn't win anything, but still, I mean,
Devo made a shot at the end too. It's not. I don't know. I get exactly what you're saying, but it's a great shot made on a mistake, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't win at all.
Does it at least mean something to make it to the Final Four? I mean, you're cutting down nets. We talk a lot about putting banners up and cutting down nets. You go to the Final Four. You're
not when you're UConn because you've won the most national. Yeah, any other team. I think everything's situational in every way. When you're UConn, it's not about final. Yes, you're right. Okay, you're right. Final Four is you want to make a Final Four, but it's UConn. It's not Florida State.
Sure.
It's not Utah. That's what they do, old hat. So if they win it all, that shot will be one of the best shots in UConn history, up there with Kemba Walker. I mean, you put all the lists down, Richard Hamilton. That'd be amazing. But if they don't win it all, it's just like, yeah, that was cute.
I mean, I could see your point too, because if I'm comparing it to Christian Laettner's shot, they won the championship.
Got to win the title. Yep, got to win it.
It still is a legacy-defining shot for Braylon Mullins. Maybe not a legacy-defining shot for the program, which I think is exactly what you're putting at. Because if you won, 5 championships in the last?
They're the most decorated college basketball program in our lifetime, right? Like since 1999, like the new age, the new wave.
Then it goes into the pantheon of great UConn moments, but maybe not at the top of the list. You've got to win the championship in that situation.
And if it was at a different school, if it was Iowa State, then it's their best shot ever in the history of their program. Like you start going that way. But UConn, it's because if it happened for North Carolina or Duke, you'd be like, it's not just in Kentucky. UConn's a blue blood, so that's they count chips.
They're kind of the blue blood right now in college basketball. Wouldn't you put them at the top of the list?
Who does UConn get? They get Illinois. Ooh, what a good game right there.
Yeah. What do you think about that one? You already have any thoughts on that one?
I like Illinois. I like Illinois. I had Houston beating Illinois, and then I had Houston beating Florida. But that number 23, that Wagler kid, that's a lottery pick they have. Illinois has one of those freshmen that's going to be he's going to be a lottery pick.
Well, it's going to be fun once it gets started on Saturday. I might even be able to watch the game on Saturday because we've got a baseball series that starts Thursday at Auburn. So a Saturday, I think like a 1:00 game. That'll be a night basketball game. It'll be like I enjoyed. Well, see, here's how I had the Duke UConn game yesterday. I was in Fayetteville for the baseball game. It all, comes to an end. Pack it up, get in the car, head back to Little Rock with my son, and I put the game on the Varsity app, which I've told everybody about. That's how you can listen to either of the two schools broadcast or the national broadcast on Westwood One. So I listened to the end of the first half of the Westwood One broadcast, and I don't remember what the score was, but it just sounded a little bit like, why am I going to listen to the halftime show and then the start of the second half? And I just put music on and sort of forgot about it a little bit. And then I'm like, oh, let's go check on it. And I get to it pretty much with like the end of the game, which is what I was able to listen to. So maybe I'll get a chance to listen to the first of the final four games. Coming back from hopefully what will be a successful weekend for Arkansas baseball, because you know what? They're actually playing a team that got swept. There were 6 sweeps in the SEC over the weekend, which included Auburn losing 3 in a row to Alabama. That is the Alabama team that had just taken 3 in a row from Florida, and that's the same Florida team that just took 3 in a row from Arkansas that had also swept Kentucky. Like, go figure, there are 10 teams in the SEC already in 3 weeks of conference play that have been swept. That's 10 of 16 in the SEC already, and there's another 6 weeks of this to go. So the Razorbacks are not the only team in this kind of situation, because remember, they did win the first 2 series, but right now with the series sweep loss, they're under 500 in the SEC.
Well, is this a Coach Calipari burn the tape, Phil? Do you burn? I know baseball, they don't burn the tape, but like, is it kind of in the quotations, like, do you just burn the tape and say, you know what, guys, let's move on? Or what are you gleaning from this 3-game losing streak?
Right now I'm nervous about the pitching, because we focus so much on Arkansas's struggle to hit, especially with men in scoring position. But right now, if you look at the numbers, and I'll have some numbers on this in about an hour when we do 3 up, 3 down with Dr. Charlie Liggett, I think you can really put much of this 4-game losing streak on not just struggle from the pitching staff, but specifically starting pitching, is not throwing strikes, is putting the team behind the 8 ball specifically. And right now it's not a team that is built to come from behind on a routine basis, and that's what they've kind of had to try to do. And it's not just the starters; the bullpen's giving up runs late. So, to me, Matt, I think the team's identity is supposed to be pitching staff that attacks the strike zone with good stuff, relies on what's pretty good defense, not outstanding, but pretty good. Because I do think it's a team that's going to struggle to score on a consistent basis, but the pitching staff was consistent up until these past 4 SEC games. So that's one thing that worries me a bit, because to me, the pitching is the foundation of this year's team, and specifically throwing strikes was the foundation of the pitching staff, and they just didn't throw enough. And it's not just the Florida series, it's the last game at South Carolina too. A lot of walks. So I hope that changes soon.
So is it technique? Is it your lower half? Is it your release point, or is it the 6 inches in between your ears? That's what do you, if you're a coach, you kind of have to be up to date on that. But I'm asking, what do you if I gave you those 3 options, what do you
I think it could be different for each individual. Like, if I think about like Gabe Gackle, and you wonder, for somebody who's got such great stuff and always pitched well out of the bullpen, why can't he quite figure it out as a starting pitcher? because it isn't really a matter of his stuff necessarily. His velocity was fine. His velocity the last 2 weeks has been really good. So you do wonder if it's about comfort level of starting a game instead of coming out of the bullpen with the game already started. So for Gabe, Matt, it might be a between the ears sort of a thing. I'll say this, though, his mechanics were a little bit slower on Friday than normal. And
maybe thinking about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe start. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
Like with Colin Fisher, right now, you've got this Florida team is hunting fastballs. They were really good at attacking the fastball when they got it in the zone, and Fisher just gave him a few too many. And, he also is not throwing enough strikes, and he's a little bit short on the velocity, so he's got to have everything working and keep him off the fastball. And I think he's struggling to keep him off the fastball. Right now I think it's kind of stuck between all of our ears when it comes to the baseball team for a moment, because it's something you haven't experienced in 10 years. A home sweep. Everybody has been swept in the SEC in the last 10 years at home, I think, except for Arkansas, LSU, and I think there's one other program, might be Georgia. So this kind of stuff just doesn't happen very much, if ever.
Who did we sweep last year? Did we sweep Vanderbilt last year?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. On the road,
so
too.
it happens. That's why I say burn the tape. The sky's not falling. Or do you think this is a team? Okay, 50. What's the percentage that we don't even make postseason baseball? That we don't.
Man, I don't. Oh, that's a tough one. That really is, because if you, and we've seen this happen before. Part of it is the strength of schedule that you put together, and what the teams you've beaten, what they go end up and doing. If Arkansas finishes, and this is crazy to think about, they finished with a losing record in the SEC only once since 2009. Once in the last, 17 years? In this league, that's crazy. You finish anywhere near 500 in the league you're in. Mm-hmm. So, even 2 games under, you're going to have a chance. Part of this is also going to be, where do those wins come from? That's what makes these next 2 weeks so big. 3 games at Auburn, 3 games at Alabama, one team that's scuffling a little bit, and the other team right now in Alabama, they're playing some of the best baseball in the league. So these next 2 weeks, I think, will go a long way to answering the question that you just asked. Here's what we got today for halftime on a Monday. Wide open hour number 3. Dr. Charlie Liggett stops by. Will he have a shirt on today, Matt?
He's got a baseball shirt on.
He's fully clothed today.
He's got a baseball shirt on. He's good.
Thank
he's
goodness.
Okay.
Does he have that post-vacation glow?
He looks good. Yeah, no, he's got it going on.
Charlie always looks good. So he'll be with us in about an hour, even though he's already with us. And Mike Irwin in about 15 minutes from Pig Trail Nation. Calls and texts on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963 to get with us. Tell me what you thought of yesterday's buzzer beater by Braylon Mullins. I want to know what you think about this. Is this in the pantheon of all-time buzzer beaters? And the other games were just kind of like, okay, they were all right. Halftime will be back right after this.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch.
Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has so much Lutz, it's starting to go to people's heads. I'm the Lutziers.
Which is the mini taco salad fork?
Here to help them cope. So when you try the mini taco salad, beefy potato loaded griller, or chips and nacho supreme dip, enjoy the Lutz. Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, bring the car around.
You know there's no valet.
Then who's getting the car?
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
It's almost over. The ultimate challenge here at Lewis Automotive Group, our biggest one yet. We're so close to selling 600 vehicles in the month of March. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back all month long. Get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models. Payments starting at $199 a month, only for a limited time at the Lewis Automotive Group's Ultimate Challenge.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
While most people are playing for bragging rights, MyBookie is giving away $100,000 in their Madness Bracket Contest. This is about turning your ball knowledge into bankroll. Head to MyBookie.ag. Use code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If it misses, activate your Bet Back bonus token and run it back. The madness only comes once a year, so don't just watch it, win it. Only at MyBookie. Must opt in during the bet. Tease the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with the free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
For over 80 years, Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
I wanted to play you the shot from last night, but I did it. Yeah, I got one of these like eighth inch connectors that you put in the computer and then you stick in our little Comrex thing. But there's 2 holes to stick in the connector, and I stuck it in the wrong hole. And you know, it doesn't work if you stick the connector in the wrong hole. So I've made sure that it's correctly done now, and this is the CBS call.
Cruiser, that ball deflected, stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds. Mullins tosses it up. It's good. We're pulled 3. Utah goes in front.
Now that's Iron Eagle, who is as good as it gets. But then and I saw the video, because of course nowadays broadcasters have the camera on them too. Like it's something that gets sold. And Raftery and Grant Hill are sitting next to each other, Matt, and Raftery looks like he just saw somebody shot right in front of him in Disney World. And Hill, to his credit, just lets Raftery take it from there.
Utterly impossible. March means drama. the deflection, the reaction, the major digits.
I think one of the things that makes that shot last night one of the all-time greats in tournament history is that it felt like UConn had no chance to win at that moment. Like even with the Leitner shot and so many of the other ones, it doesn't involve a steal and then scoring with a shot that's that far out. What was that, like a 45-footer or something like that? I think that's what really, really stands out. What did you see like the percentage of what UConn's win percentage was supposed to be before the inbound play?
Yeah, no, we were talking about that. I watched the entire. I mean, I watched 80% of that game. I might have missed a little, but that second half, the last 8 minutes, I watched that. That it was a smash and grab. There was no. I guess that's what makes that shot a little more, I don't know, extravagant or excellent, whatever word you want to use. It's because Duke was in control the entire time. UConn might make a little run, but Duke was doing enough, and then they got out to that lead, and they weren't, and then. It's like you just give it away. It's like the U.S. Olympic team on the 4x100 relay that you watch the last couple Olympics. What happens? We drop the baton. We lead we lead the world and drop batons, and we make it to the championship and we drop the baton. And you're like, well, if you're going to drop the baton, you can't. That's what he did. It's just he dropped the. I mean, there's 47 other moves, skill moves he could do, and he did the one move that was wrong. So it was wild to see. It's like he folded like a cheap lawn chair.
Let me ask you in this term then. So do you view this more as I mean, there's a win and a loss all at the same time, but do you view it more as Duke losing or choking, or UConn winning and coming from behind? Because I think you're viewing it more on the Duke side of things, which I kind of agree with you. Like if all you got to do is inbound the ball and that's it.
The ball's the most. Coach Nutt told us this. The ball is the most precious thing out there. If they don't have the ball, it was a lapse of judgment. And like I said, everything's as a coach, especially later in the year when everything's in. All you're doing is situations, inbound plays. What happens when they press? What if we're down 7 with 2 minutes to go? What if we're up 5 with 48 seconds? Like it's just situate. You're putting yourself in that mindset. And you hate it for Boozer. I hate it for 12. Whatever Boozer he is, because he without him they wouldn't even be in that situation. And he had a mental error. And then you're right, Phil. You still got to make the shot. Like the guy had the and he passed it back. That was their best 3-point shooter that passed the ball back. And so you still got to make the shot.
That was an incredibly difficult shot. And just also think about how many different times in your life when you're younger, you did exactly that. Like against no defense or against one friend, or you're playing 2-on-2 with somebody, and you dream up a scenario where exactly something like that happens. A miracle shot, not a layup, not a 15-footer or anything, but a miracle shot that's close to half court when you probably didn't even have business having the ball to begin with. That's Disney stuff right there, man. That's the storybook.
It's theater.
It's what sets this tournament apart from any other. That not every NCAA tournament has a shot that stands out from all the others, and this one does. You don't have all these big upsets. You don't have any real Cinderellas, but you've got a moment that stands in time that will always be played. When one shining moment is played, when they're putting together the highlight reel of all the NCAA tournaments until the end of time, this shot goes pretty close to the end of it as one of the featured moments.
Especially if UConn cuts down the nets, then it'd be one of the top 10 shots in March Madness history. If UConn if they lose next week to Illinois, then it's still in the top 20, but it's not like it's not going to be on the Mount Rushmore or anything. It's just that was cool and it's amazing. Don't get me wrong. You got to finish the process.
Here was Dan Hurley after the win.
Here, I'll ask Cam.
I'll just say this.
Go ahead, Coach.
I'll this, and then if there's not questions, let Cam, he'll answer and go. It's cannot be.
Pardon me, I clicked on this is Shire because I did want to play from Shire too. You can hear this is a coach that just isn't quite sure how to explain what happened.
More disappointed and feeling for our guys at the same time of, just trying to process what happened. I don't have the words. What I do know is literally this team, what each individual player went through just to play the game. I've never seen anything like it. What these guys did to have to get ready, their foot injuries, he's got a black eye, he's playing the whole game. And,
and at this point, all he's doing is praising the play. What else can you do? What else can you do? Your season's just ended. You won a league championship. But I think when you're Duke, you're expected to be one of the last
think about
four
last
teams.
year too. Last year you had the best team I've ever seen in college basketball, and you lost in the Final Four, and then don't end up winning it. So that's back-to-back years, just we talked about this with Arkansas, Arizona. What if that's how that game ended? It'd have been a totally different show on Friday than that. Instead of we never had a chance. We were UConn in that situation, you never really felt. UConn did make some runs, though. That's what you were thinking with the Arkansas. If you can make a run and put some pressure on them, then things change. But we never made a run against that Arizona team, and UConn was able to do that from time to time.
I hate to put it this way, Matt, but we did that radio show. I think it was on a Monday or a Tuesday. I don't even remember the day. In Omaha.
Oh yeah.
Because when you think of the way that Arkansas baseball lost,
we gave that away,
and that was a final. That was a Final Four game. I mean, we don't use that term in baseball, but that was a Final Four game.
You hate it, and I go back to what Bubba said, and I agree with Bubba 100%. Get the camera out of the dugout after something like that happens. Let the kids get over, because don't be prying like that, and that's tough. That's why I feel for 12. I do for the Duke point guard, and. He didn't do anything. If they wouldn't have made it this far if he wasn't able to play, but you still feel for him, because it's a textbook play. It's something that it's just something how to do, and he did it wrong.
And I think the way you're viewing it here is on the athlete aspect of it, because when you're a Duke fan, like, this hurts you, I'm sure, and everything. You get to move on, and you still get to bask in the glory of all of the Duke championships from years before. But for the individuals on this team, this is the only year that they are together as one. So I don't think they're not going to be able, you can't look at it the same way that fans do when you're a player on a team that literally just had your heart ripped out. And I remember, man, I mean, this reminds me of 2018. You try to like, well, how'd this happen? How does something like that happen? There is no way to explain it. Well, virtually no way to explain it. And it's up to the coach to try to explain something through a blank stare. And I guess that's why they make the big bucks, Matt.
Well, it's you play to win the game, and things happen. Other players are on scholarship too, so to speak, and you can't give them an opportunity. That's why you get into this. I take it to playoff football. Whenever you get to playoff football in the NFL, every single play matters. And every play matters all the time. But week 2, when you're up 12, you kind of like lapse of judgment's okay. It's but when it gets down to the time, when it's time, every single play matters. And so we're gonna all look at that last play, but every single Duke player could have made one more play in that game, and you would have been up 5. So we all look at the last play that happens. But when you go back, every single play matters. Every rebound matters. Every turnover matters. Every missed assignment matters. And we focus on, as the fans of the media, we saw the last play. So that's why you feel for that kid. But no, you win as a team and you lose as a team.
Well, you just give the kind of perspective that I think is a little difficult sometimes for those who aren't in the heat of battle. Eventually you might come around to that, but you are so 100% right that, every moment that leads to the moment that there's the one shining moment that everybody replays over and over again, every single moment that led up to that, which means all the mistakes that led up to that, also led up to that being the moment. 877-377-6963, Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Hey, when you're making big plans for the summer, you got to make sure that if you're thinking an RV to traverse around our lovely country, that you can find one at Crabtree RV Center, because they've got one of the largest selections in the state of Arkansas, and they've been doing it for 75 years and counting. You will find Crabtree RV Center where I-40 and I-49 come together in Alma. You'll find a top-of-the-line parts and service department where you make your purchase. And you can also look online at crabtreerv.com. We'll have Mike Irwin from Pig Trail Nation joining halftime right after this break.
What are you people? On dope?
This is halftime.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Arkansas fans, get fired up at Joe's Grill and Cantina, your home for Tex-Mex and Arkansas Game Day. Catch Arkansas basketball games live on our big TV screens. And when you wear your Arkansas gear, score half-price apps and cheap taps. Enjoy complimentary chips and homemade salsa, fresh and made from scratch every day. Don't miss Joe's Mexican-inspired daily specials, fast, friendly service, and the best game day fun in town. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Hey, it's Phil Elson for Bath Makeover of Arkansas, now seeking skilled craftsmen. Bath Makeover is hiring the natural state's best plumbers, electricians, bathroom installers, and project managers to keep up with high demand. If you're ready for steady work and better pay, Bath Makeover of Arkansas wants to talk to you. Bath Makeover's commercial division is growing as well, installing over 100 bathrooms a month, knocking out multi-unit projects quickly, easily 10 bathrooms in a single week at hotels, apartments, and government housing all across Arkansas. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is looking for experienced, qualified, skilled craftsmen to join their talented team. To learn more about job opportunities, visit bathmakeoverar.com. That's bathmakeoverar.com. Plumbers, electricians, bathroom installers, and project managers. Visit bathmakeoverar.com. That's bathmakeoverar.com.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
Looking for a fun way to get your kids outside and learning a new skill? The Ben Gurion Youth Golf Academy is teeing off March 24th, open to ages 3 through 16. This exciting program teaches the fundamentals of golf in a fun, encouraging environment for beginners and young players of all skill levels. Spots are limited, so don't wait to get your young golfers signed up. And while you're thinking about golf, Ben Gurion Golf Course is still offering 2026 annual memberships. Enjoy a year of great golf at one of the most played golf courses in the River Valley. Call 479-646-5301 or visit Ben Gurion Golf Course today to learn more and register.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at servicemasterpc.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Just lifted snow below my door. I can't hide beneath my sheets. I've read the words before, so now I know. Time has come again for me, and I'm feeling the same way all over again. Feeling the same way all over again. Singing singing the same lines all over again. No matter how much I pretend.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Well, you set in a good mood today, Matt Jones, making me feel a little better than I did when I arrived at home last night. We've got our good friend Mike Irwin with us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline from Pig Trail Nation. Mike, how you feeling on a weekend after the Razorbacks did not play in the Elite Eight, got swept at home by Florida? Hey, at least softball won 2 out of 3 from the Gators. There's a good thing.
I'm here to make you feel bad again, Phil.
Yes.
Come on. Well, go for it then. I'm just going to go get myself a tissue.
Well, I mean, the big issue I see right now with basketball, and if people need to pay attention to what Cal said when he was talking about next year, because he said we don't have the money we had, and I've been told that is true, that they're not going to have as much to spend. He's not sure what's going to happen in terms of who he can keep. Billy Richmond may declare for the draft, and then if it doesn't go well, he could end up in the portal. I think Ewan is back. Carter Knox, nobody knows for sure, but he might be back. But when you're talking about going out and trying to get a couple of bigs to be more physical, which is the problem they had, you're talking bidding war right now. And he said, we don't have the money to get into a bidding war with people. So it's a little bit scary. Maybe he's trying to pry loose some of these donors to let go of some money, and they eventually will. I don't know, but that doesn't very good. And then baseball, I told you guys last week, the concerning thing was that this team was trending toward what I saw happen in 2016, which kind of started off okay and got progressively worse as the season went on. The difference in just 2 weekends is dramatic with the pitching. That's the part I can't explain. The hitting has been pretty much the same. It's, I think they're 12th right now. At various times they've been 13th. But I don't understand how your starting pitchers, Gackle goes an inning and a third, beats 4, Fisher 2 and a third, 3 starters go 7 2/3 and give up 9 runs. You got 14 bullpen appearances, giving up 14 runs. You got one bullpen guy that looked good, and that was Parker Coyle. So what's going on with the pitching? I mean, does it all just get better in a week or two? I mean, they're going to Auburn, and they're tied for 9th. They went from a 7 or 8 way tie for first. Now they're tied for 9th. That's how jumbled up this whole thing is. Auburn's 9th too. But Auburn's batting, I don't know, they're almost 300. Arkansas is down at 280, and then Auburn has the best ERA in the conference. So when you have hitting problems, you don't exactly look forward to going on the road and facing a team that's got 3 really good starters with low ERAs.
Is there somebody that's not playing, Mike, that maybe you could enter into the starting lineup? I know Coach has been making a couple changes here and there. Is there a change you think maybe could help a little bit?
Well, he's already said he's going to change the Saturday starter, which would be your normal Sunday, because they're going Thursday through Saturday. So I assume Colin Fisher won't start on Saturday. So that's the change that he said he will make. He's made a bunch of lineup changes. I don't think it's mattered very much. Again, I at one time I would have told you long term, as long as the pitching is really good, you can live with the hitting being kind of the problem it is, because it's not a disaster. But if your pitching goes south, then you're just gone. I mean, they're already in the bottom half of the SEC now, and where do you go from here? And see, I can understand hitting. Hitting comes and goes. A guy can be in a slump, and then all of a sudden he's hitting well again. I don't know that happens with pitchers, at least a lot of them, and I don't know what happened all at once. I don't know how some guy with an ERA of 1.5 suddenly can't throw the ball over the plate. But when I looked at the pitching over the weekend, what I saw was guys getting behind in the count, and then when they had to bring the ball over the plate, instead of bringing it, low, they were bringing it up somewhere between the belt buckle and the chest. That's a base hit or a home run with most good hitters. So, yeah, it's just kind of scary.
Yeah, it's not a team that's built to win. What did I see? There was like a 15-14 final score yesterday for Vandy, something like that. They're not built to win. They're not even built to win 9-7 or 8-7. I think this is a team that's built to win a game 6-4, 6-5, 7-5,
Right.
something like that. Which that's right. Pitching's got to stabilize them. I want to play the clip that Cal had mentioned, what you're talking about here, Mike, because he talks a little bit about the 5 stars coming in, and then hits on the issue about money that you had brought up earlier.
Bringing in all 3 are 5-star players, but they're physical. They got a beast to them, which you have to have if you're going to play against 25-year-olds. And so those 3 do, and bringing some guys back, getting a couple other guys that want to be a part of this, seeing how we play and how kids improve, we'll see. It's just, we're all in the same boat right now. There are a lot of people who have no idea. How about this? You have no recruits. You have no idea who's coming back. You don't have the money you had a year ago. You do not. And now all of a sudden you're trying to keep guys, figure out who else out there wants to come and who wants to put like a bidding war, which we wouldn't be involved in. So, but that's all there that we all have to deal with. And then guys going pro, okay, do you think they may come back or not? You're guessing. So it's a little bit harder than it's been.
I mean, he didn't elaborate on that statement, Mike, but the entire Kentucky fan base thought he was talking about Kentucky. Because the thing that he hit on there, which doesn't count Arkansas, is that he says you got no recruits. I don't think Kentucky has any incoming recruits. Arkansas's got the 3 that he'd mentioned, and it would be a huge surprise, I think, to us, probably to you too, if men's basketball did not have the same NIL dollars or even more than they had the year before. I kind of thought he was talking about Kentucky too.
No, maybe there's a reference there, but according to what I've been told, there are some issues here. And one thing he could be talking about, and this is really hard to figure out. I've been trying to figure out this for over a year. Some people think what he was referring to is this Committee on College Sports or Commission on College Sports, which is administering this NIL rev sharing thing. And remember, these high dollar NILs were supposed to be gone as of July 1st last year, and we know that didn't happen because of the threat of lawsuits. But some people have said that committee has now said, go ahead and sue us. We're going to start, because I know they've been looking into some of these bigger NIL deals in all of the sports. And so he may be talking about the fact that they're just not going to be allowed to offer the kind of money unless you want to take a chance and go against them. And maybe Arkansas is saying, we're not going to do that. It's just very confusing. But I've still been told that, with Tyson giving the money for those uniform patches, and it's a lot of money, and it's going to all of the sports, that he just doesn't have the money to give what he's been giving. And the attitude is, you got to get it from somebody else. If you need help for basketball, go look somewhere else. And we're back to this whole thing that we've talked about, where all these fans think that they want to sit back and tell, okay, we've got plenty of rich people in Arkansas, they need to give the money. But I don't have no part in that. And people are saying that Arkansas's small collectives just aren't good enough. You got to do a better job of doing this grassroots collective stuff. So it's just all a big thing that you put into a box and try to figure out what does that all really mean. And I don't know what it means. I mean, it could be an NIL thing. It could be you don't have as much because Tyson's given less for basketball. It could just mean a lot of things.
Mike, let's leave it there. I appreciate you coming on. As always, we'll do it again next week. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. It's Mike Irwin, Pig Trail Nation, joining us here on Halftime. If you want to react, 877-377-6963 for the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. And we'll be back in a moment to wrap up hour number 1. This is Halftime.
comes down to making out. Whenever possible, put on side 1 of Led Zeppelin 4.
This is halftime.
Harry Robinson Salisol Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisol Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisol.
Brothers Roofing and Restoration, a licensed and insured local roofing contractor in Arkansas. Since his playing days for the Hogs, Brother Alexander has been on rooftops, many years as an adjuster, and in the past decade as a roofing contractor. He knows how to help you through the insurance process while replacing your roof using only the industry's best materials. And being a lifelong Arkansan, he'll be here to stand behind his workmanship and warranty. Call 479-353-3877 to arrange a time for Brother and his team to inspect your roof.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
Dental emergencies do not wait, and neither should you. At Valley Urgent Dental, they're here for you on the weekends, whether it's a broken tooth, a painful infection, or a crown that's come loose. Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry are ready to help. Why wait till Monday? Call 479-235-5655 now. Valley Urgent Dental is located at 5505 Uper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Valley Urgent Dental, emergency dental care when you need it most.
Since 1967, one name has defined performance in the River Valley. Wheeler Power Sports, the 9th oldest Kawasaki dealer in the country. Right now, the future has arrived. Come witness the 250 horsepower Kawasaki Teryx Supercharged H2. It's a game changer. With over 300 vehicles in stock, we've got your Ninjas, your Gixxers, and the full Polaris lineup. From Razors to the Ranger XD 1500. Financing is available with approved credit. We also buy used bikes. Text or swing by for a quote today. Wheeler Power Sports in historic downtown Fort Smith. Keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Ace has always been the helpful place, and now we're even more helpful by offering instant savings to Ace Rewards members. Not a member? Just sign up at Mentor's Lumber Ace Hardware to start saving right at the register. Right now, save $30 on select DeWalt 20-volt max tools or $20 on select Ego outdoor power equipment after instant savings with your Ace Rewards card. Ace, the helpful place. Must be an Ace Rewards member to receive instant savings. Available through the end of the month. See participating stores for details.
Fort Smith, get ready to fondue it at TGI Fridays. We're turning up the flavor with our all-new Fondue It menu. For just $3, you can upgrade your favorite Fridays classics with a warm tableside cheese pour served on a sizzling cast iron skillet. Picture this: loaded potato skins, a crispy chicken sandwich, the bacon cheeseburger, or the bold big queso energy burger, all finished with rich poblano queso fondue. Or go next level with our truffle mushroom burger, topped with smooth Alfredo fondue. TGI Fridays, Fort Smith. And here, it's always Friday.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March.
I know where I'm going. Don't you want to come too? I got my reservations and I got one for you. The trains are leaving just after dark. There's always room for a loving heart. I know where I'm going. Don't you want to come too?
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
I'm here as we take you up into 2 o'clock. We're going to do 3 Up, 3 Down with Dr. Charlie Liggett coming up in about 20 minutes. I had a little halftime homework for our good friend Unit here. But in a moment, first of all, I don't know if you noticed this, Matt, but during the Mike Irwin segment, and I always appreciate Mike's time, I lowered my fun meter here on my microphone. Did you see me do that?
I noticed it. I didn't want to dive on though. It's like you almost. I know we were doing wall breaks today, but I didn't want to try to go into. He was like, "Hey, let him. He'll come back around."
I love that you've got the terminology down here. Yeah, my fun meter was on max, pretty much for like the last 2 weeks because Arkansas baseball had won 2 series in a row, and the basketball team makes the Sweet 16 run. Feeling pretty good about things, and I forgot I should have lowered it anyway because they lost in the Sweet 16. And we got swept. So I appreciate Mike for reminding me to lower that fun meter. What should I have it at now? Is it at max? Is it at medium? Is it at minimum? Or are we having no fun whatsoever now?
Well, I'm having a little fun today. We got Dr. Charlie in the studio. The unit's always bringing it. So maybe come see, come saw. Maybe we'll see. It's not necessarily like Iggy Pop and the Stooges, the song "No Fun." We'll get to that in the second hour. But it's not necessarily like Prince, where we're partying like it's 1999 as well. I think we're just we're figuring it out today.
I'm going to put this thing standing straight up in the middle. This is at a 90-degree angle. My fun meter is pointing straight up towards the sky.
Ready to go either way. We're ready. Whichever way you want us to go, we're ready.
The worst thing you can have, Matt Jones, is a limp fun meter. Don't ever let it happen, okay? Got your halftime homework for you too, Unit. I'll need this for tomorrow. Halftime homework is brought to you by our friends at Flyway Brewing. If you're looking for a weekday lunch spot in Fayetteville, place to host your lunch meeting that impresses, Flyway Brewing Company is the place. Great lunch menu, space for private dining, and of course, Flyway's fresh beer. Cold, crisp, and ready when the workday wraps up. Flyway Brewing's in Fayetteville on Zion Road. Make it your next stop. Matt, you and I are both espresso drinkers. You do a doppio each day, right?
Double espresso, no cream, no sugar, because I'm sweet enough.
Well, I'm bitter enough, so I do have to put plenty of sugar in mine.
Fair enough.
And I cream the thing up because otherwise I'm going to get way too dark. And I'm a little worried that I'm drinking too much espresso these days. I'm a little jacked up today because I'm on my second one. Unit, you remember when Aaron Torres was worried my heart was going to explode because of my usual Starbucks order?
Yeah.
Which is the 4-shot Quad Grande Americano. I need you to do some research and figure out exactly how much is too much espresso, i.e. caffeine, for a 49-year-old man on a daily basis.
Okay.
Can you help me out with this?
Yes.
Because right now that's what I'm living on. 877-377-6963 is the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. We've got 3 Up, 3 Down with the shirted Dr. Charlie Liggett coming up in 20 minutes. So we're wide open when we come back.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand-new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited-time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the Homestead Tax Credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The Homestead Tax Credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street at Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wake Bait and Tackle.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Spring has arrived, bringing warmer days, road trips, and unpredictable spring showers. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see sunny skies. It'll be warmer with highs in the low to mid 80s and a south wind gusting up to 30 miles an hour. Mostly clear to partly cloudy tonight with lows in the lower 60s. South winds gusting to 25 miles an hour. Lots of sunshine again on Tuesday with highs in the low to mid 80s. An isolated shower or storm possible Tuesday night. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
This weather information is brought to you by The Solid Rock, your source for inspirational gifts, home decor, women's boutique items, personalized Bibles, and more.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Lights Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Joaquin Thing dominate, and we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
People said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
They were one Razorback. It's vintage Matt Jones. The Cinderella story is over, man. Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
I'm going to address this live on the air instead of text it back to him. Welcome back to Halftime in hour number 2 on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Christian Johnston producing. Dr. Charlie Liggett's in the studios, too. Got the tuna on hold here, Matt, but I think I just want to address a text real quick, if that's okay. That's okay. We actually do get to decide who comes on this show. The people that are paid also have the assignments of deciding what texts to read and which phone calls to take and which people to talk to. And I've already lowered my fun meter to where it's no longer all the way up at max. It's just pointing straight up to the sky, and it's going to stay there for pretty much the rest of the week. But I don't want to lower it anymore based upon, maybe one specific person that likes to call at very specific times and not others. So there will not be a phone call or addressing any of Richard's texts. You know who I'm referring to when it comes to Richard. So have fun texting to nobody, Richard, as we just move on to something that's just a little bit more interesting and entertaining than clearing your throat on the radio. All right, so now that we've gotten that taken care of, hour number 2 of Halftime is underway. And I'm going to get to some of the automatic ball strike stuff here in a minute, because I think baseball may have hit on something that is entertaining people. And there's a conversation going on right now. Matt and Charlie, you can get in on this too, on the resurgence for baseball, which has a lot to do with the rule changes that have occurred in the last few years, and whether or not baseball has now surpassed the NBA as America's second favorite sport. And maybe the NBA needs to look at some changes too. So I haven't watched the NBA on an up close basis in a long time, so I wouldn't be the person to ask about this. but I do want to get into the ABS stuff too. But I'll ask you here first and foremost, Matt. Does professional basketball need to make any sorts of changes to I don't know, get better ratings? Because their ratings really haven't been all that good.
You need 3 less teams. There's not 4 less teams, whatever. There's not that. There's the discrepancy from the top to the middle to the bottom is so bad. That's the thing. There's 4 or 5 teams that you're just like, that's really an NBA basketball team. And I think they're going to add another team in Portland. I mean, in Las Vegas. I think Portland may be the girls. They're in a WNBA team, but there's not enough talent for what you need to accomplish. You have tanking. You need relegation. You need something to go on, because I agree with you. And I always tell you this, Phil. I watch basketball, NBA. I love NBA. But I watch the playoffs. There's 2. The regular season doesn't matter, doesn't mean anything. Load management, players not playing. Yeah, it's really they've and they're making. I don't know. You say they're making so much money, but you make what you make. But they're whatever it is. The product isn't good sometimes. Like, you're just let down. It's a really bad product sometimes.
All right, let's talk to Charlie here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Good afternoon, Charlie. How are you doing today?
Well, we got Charlies everywhere. So, I mean, it's great to be alive on a Monday.
It sure is.
I will say, I thought you were immediately talking about Mr. Ozark out there, Phil, with that statement. Yeah, I knew it. But anyway, somebody like that. I was just making sure it wasn't me. What did the tuna do this time? Couldn't be me. No, look, I'm going to chime in on that real quick. I'm with you, Matt, as far as the NBA goes. I also still think if you would cut the regular we've made this I know this has been going on, but 82 games is just too long for me. I don't know why. I'm more like you. When it gets to the playoffs, and not only that, when you look at it, it's officiated a little bit differently in the playoffs. They let them play more. It's more physical, and they don't call all these fouls and let, certain people get 15 to 20 free throws a game. I mean, it feels like it's a different game in the playoffs sometimes when I watch it. And that's when you see teams and matchups, rise up and, show up who they are, because best of 7, I think that helps. I don't know, Phil, is it surpassing it? Maybe, but there's a lot of games in baseball too. I like the playoffs in baseball too. I'm kind of the same on both when it comes to professional. For me, college baseball is better to watch during the season. College basketball is better to watch during the season. I've always felt that way. I don't know what they do. I also think this, and I mean this with all due respect, when LeBron retires, their ratings are going to drop more. And I'll tell you why. Because there's not going to be enough people either cheering for him anymore or enough people either hating on him anymore, because that's kind of what a lot of people watch it for too. It's like, let's go watch LeBron tonight, because if he wins, it's great. If he loses, I love that. Guys like him, Steph, KD, I love the young talent. But Matt, are you worried about I think there's a lot of good young talent, but do you think that hurts the NBA when guys like Steph, LeBron, and
to your point,
KD,
I think that the world has more better basketball players than USA, to what you're saying. When those guys, you look at the stars in the NBA right now, a lot of them aren't from the States. And not that there's not good players from the States, but, Luka, Giannis, those are 2 of the best players. They're not from America.
It's kind of like baseball too, though, right? Baseball has some of that too, Phil, right? I think you were asking that question the other day with the baseball guy that comes on here and talking about like Arkansas players not, lasting as much in the MLB lately. Is it because of you have such a, a lot of foreign players?
I don't think it has to do with the international influence on the game. I just think it's tough for guys to establish themselves. I just think baseball is really difficult. But Major League Baseball has become more of an international game. And I think more than anything, it's been an influence from Japan and Korea, because that Dominican influence has been here for a long time. But with I was wondering with basketball, people question the efforts of the athletes so often. It's like, well, they're not even playing defense. Maybe playing defense in the NBA is a little bit different than what you thought playing defense used to be. People will question the athletic ability of baseball players too. But here's what baseball did right. The idea that the game is allowed to take forever was antiquated. Nobody wanted that anymore, except the diehards that love to call themselves purists. And they're still going to love the sport. And people don't care about the shift, and people don't care very much about whether or not you can throw 2 pickoffs or not, or a pitcher has to face 3 batters. They just wanted to see something move along a little bit better and a little more offense, and it's kind of happened, and they're happy with it. And this ABS thing is nuts. Let me play this here for you, okay? It's about a minute and a half long. This is funny at the same time of just being interesting because I don't know if we brought it up on the show before, but when Bubba Carpenter played in the minors and then in the major leagues, his number one enemy in terms of the umpires was C.B. Buckner. And Buckner is still an umpire in Major League Baseball all these years later without a really good reputation. So this, I just think this was really funny. For one, the broadcasters before the game between the Red Sox and the Reds basically said, just wait, there are going to be so many challenges that the players get right because C.B. Buckner is the plate umpire. And then this is in one at-bat, 2 potential third strikes get called back, and you get to listen to the crowd. They love it.
Challenge, immediate tap of the helmet. The Reds runners all hold. Batter's challenging the pitch. ABS powered by T-Mobile. That's it for the zone. It continues. ABS could be a lot of fun, Mark. It's amazing how minuscule the misses are, but these guys just know it. Great feel for that strike zone. It was called strike 3 in the inning. Now the 2-2. Strike 3, tap the helmet again. He says it's off the play away. Batter's challenging the pitch. Here we go. The last cheers of the game. The Reds have hit 2 homers. Come on, back-to-back challenges.
What this shows is there's a little novelty aspect to this. I don't know if you'll have that kind of reaction forever, but it also this is fans versus umpires. They are rooting for the umpires to be wrong, especially for the home team, and just the reaction there. It's like they're entertained by the animation on the video board, but I think more than anything, they're entertained by thinking these umpires might not be very good, and then being shown that you're right at that very moment.
That's awesome, guys. Well, also about our baseball team, real quick, Phil, I really liked the fight back yesterday. It's tough to see, Robinette smash one over there, and you think it's going to go any other day. It probably does. And then I think we had one there in the 9th or the 8th that didn't go over the fence, too. Man, I was proud of the fight back, but, hey, I'm hoping, like Bubba says, we can get hot. I mean, it just feels like this weekend the bullpen struggled, but it was going to happen eventually because I feel like they've kind of had to carry the team a bit. Also, Phil, on Ryder's last at bat, do you think he was just pressing a little bit there, feeling like he had to be the hero because they've been struggling so much? Anyways, y'all have a good one.
There could be some truth to that. Ryder's got a really good idea of the strike zone. And here's the thing I think you got to think about with this series with Florida. I think that's a much better pitching staff than their numbers had shown. There's 2 or 3 guys in that bullpen and probably a couple of starting pitchers that will be in the major leagues within the next 4 years. For me, I'm not sure how many of their hitters are going to be in the big leagues in the next 4 years. And the Arkansas pitchers struggled against their hitters. That to me was the biggest issue of the weekend. Thank you, Charlie. And look, Matt, like I know for football, when it comes to reviews, the home team, when they win a review, there's a reaction, but I don't know if it's quite like that. And like with basketball reviews, people are just annoyed by basketball reviews. This whole ABS baseball thing happens just like that, and it seems to become immediately an entertaining part of the game.
Yeah, it is definitely new. So I think that matters a little bit too. It's something new and exciting. I'd equate it to in soccer when they go back and they go, was he offsides or not? When a goal went in, then they go back and they say he's onside or offside, then somebody cheers right away, because usually if it leads to a goal, they when they go back and check it. So yeah, but whatever you can have to cheer for, but I do think new and exciting kind of helps the enthusiasm.
877-377-6963. If you got any thoughts on baseball's ABS system. North Arkansas Regional Medical Center brings better to you. And ARMC is the second largest employer in Harrison, over 700 employees, over $50 million in annual salaries provided in our community. Strategic partnership with UAMS Stroke Program, through which NARMC has become one of the most award-winning programs for quality of stroke care. And you can learn more about North Arkansas Regional Medical Center at NARMC.com. 3 up, 3 down with Dr. Charlie Liggett when we return on Halftime.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit, is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has so much Lutz, it's starting to go to people's heads. I'm the Lutzierge.
Which is the mini taco salad fork?
Here to help them cope. So when you try the mini taco salad, beefy potato loaded griller, or chips and nacho supreme dip, enjoy the Lutz. Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, bring the car around.
You know there's no valet.
Then who's getting the car?
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
It's almost over. The ultimate challenge here at Lewis Automotive Group, our biggest one yet. We're so close to selling 600 vehicles in the month of March. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back all month long. Get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models. Payments starting at $199 a month. Only for a limited time at the Lewis Automotive Group's Ultimate Challenge.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
While most people are playing for bragging rights, MyBookie is giving away $100,000 in their Madness Bracket Contest. This is about turning your ball knowledge into bankroll. Head to mybookie.ag. Use code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If it misses, activate your Bet Back bonus token and run it back. The madness only comes once a year, so don't just watch it, win it. Only at MyBookie. Must opt in during the bet. Tease the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus. I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Thinking while you waited for change to come. I lied when I said I couldn't stay here anymore. You and I just can't seem to get along. You and I both know. Just wait until it all calms down.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, we are here on a Monday, second hour, second segment. He's been waiting for like an hour, so we could have done this a while back. But we'll do it now as always. It is time for 3 Up, 3 Down.
It's time for 3 Up, 3 Down. Presented by River Valley Smile Center with Dr. Charles Liggett.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. What does 3 up and 3 down mean to you, Airman?
End of an inning, strike 3.
So, Charlie, back to reality, back to life, back to work. But we appreciate you joining us from lovely Jamaica after you were done swimming with the Dolphins Tuesday last week.
It's good to be back home, man.
Well, good. I've got 3 things good, 3 things bad. So do the other guys. Anything you want to text into us, we can take it to it, 877-377-6963. It wasn't all bad for the bat and ball sports for Arkansas over the weekend.
Hogs down to their final out. Hit to left. Hit well. To the wall. It's gone. Dakota Kennedy wins it. First pitch swinging. A 3-run homer. The celebration is waiting at home plate. And the foot stomp on the dish. And the Hogs complete the comeback to win the series.
Do we love walk-offs or do we love walk-offs? And a nice call by our friend Brett Dolan. We can bring that up with him on Thursday. Arkansas softball took 2 of 3 from number 3 Florida, so that's an upset series win. Even though the Razorbacks are very good, I think Florida only lost 2 games until coming into Fayetteville. Softball is not slumping. 30-5. They are 5-4 in the SEC. Their RPI is 3rd, and they've got Auburn at home this weekend. So then there was the bat and ball sport that didn't do so well, and it's baseball, and I got my pitching numbers here for you. And we got a lot of questions on Arkansas offense and things like that, but this is not just the weekend against Florida. This goes back to last Sunday against South Carolina. The slash numbers for Arkansas opponents are a .331 batting average, .444 on base, .566 slugging. Those are the kind of numbers that are going to get you some MVP votes, and that's what batters are doing against Arkansas pitching in the last 4 games. Their ERA during that stretch is 7.97. You're not going to win games if your pitching staff's ERA is 8. The starters have an ERA near 11 in that time, and they're walking a batter per inning. Doesn't even count the 4-hit batsmen in those 10 innings. So if you want to, there's a lot of questions right now coming in here about hitting for Arkansas. They didn't lose these last 4 games because of hitting. They lost these last 4 games because the pitching staff is giving up runs early. They're only getting about 2 to 3 innings, if that, from starting pitching. There's too much pressure on the bullpen, and it's not a team that's built to come from behind. So it's the pitching right now, more than anything, that's down during this losing streak. Matt, what you got?
All right, my first up goes to March Madness. How sweet it is, man. This has been so cool. We've talked about it in length today. UConn shot to send them to the Final Four over Duke. Shot of the tournament so far, I think we can all agree on that. UConn versus Illinois, Arizona versus Michigan. And sometimes how the tables get turned, Arizona and Michigan, the 2 favorites, then UConn, Illinois. I like Illinois, man. I've been liking them for a while. That's going to be a fun one. My first down goes to Tiger Woods. He is the best golfer that I've ever seen play. Not that he's the best golfer ever, but in my generation, best golfer ever seen play. He needs to get a driver.
Get a driver.
Yep, get a driver, Tiger.
I thought he had a driver. Probably a lot of them.
It's 8 degree. He needed a 9 degree.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Okay, so my first up, I'm going to give to my wife, Heather. Yesterday was our 18-year anniversary.
Woo! Oh, boy.
I'm so lucky. She's beautiful, and she puts up with me and my sports infatuations, and I just wanted to give her a shout-out. But we had a good time, went out to eat dinner, and nice 18th anniversary.
Matt, I think I just threw up in my mouth. I threw up in my mouth just a little bit. I'm happy for it, just a little bit.
A little bit, but she is a saint. I'd have to agree with Charlie on that one. Yeah.
And my down, oh man, is Ruiz with the injury. We don't really know. We haven't heard from the MRI results yet, have we?
No, but you know what this means.
I know.
It's going to be a bit until Ruiz gets back.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the life, the plight of a Razorback fan. I mean, a week ago we were on top of the world. We'd just won the game in the tournament. Baseball team wins, and now it's the end of the world. So things will change. I think everything will be okay. No reason for anybody to jump off any cliffs. Just let's give it some time and see how everything turns out.
All right, I got my second up here. Peyton Paulette made his major league debut on Saturday for Cleveland against the Mariners. Retired all 6 batters he faced, which makes him the first Cleveland pitcher since 1968 to throw 2 perfect innings in his major league debut. Now, he did pitch on Sunday against the same team. Mariners scored a run against him in an inning and 2/3 on 2 base hits. It's not bad for the first weekend in the big leagues. And also say this, too. Remember, he's a Rule 5 pick. There was a time when Rule 5 picks were just hidden in the bullpen, and they were the last guy out of the pen. They just weren't going to pitch because, you got to keep your Rule 5 guy in the big leagues in order to keep him in your organization. You send him down to the minor leagues, you risk the team that you took him from getting him back for half the waiver price. So sometimes they just hide a pitcher in the back of the bullpen. They're not doing that with Paulette. I don't think a lot of teams do that anymore anyway because younger pitchers are having more success these days. So I love Peyton's such a good kid. He's from Bryant. We never really got a chance to see what he can do at Arkansas because he had that 1 year where he was supposed to be the ace and he got hurt before the season started and we didn't get to see him, so that stunk. But we all knew he had big league stuff, and there's the proof. Second down is to Major League Baseball hitters who are being, well, let's just put it this way. They're being shortened. They're shrinking because of the ABS measurements that every player in the big leagues was forced to take. And a smaller strike zone is better for the hitters. So there are 430 hitters on opening day rosters. 225 of them lost at least an inch from what they were publishing their height was. 48 of them lost 2 inches, and 6 players lost 3 inches from their height. I can't even imagine what it would be like to lose 3 inches. Gavin Lux and Alex Freeland went 6'2" to 5'11". Gleyber Torres and Connor Wong went 6'1" to 5'10". Bryson Stott went 6'3" to 6 foot. Poor Bo Naylor, the catcher for Cleveland, went from 6 foot to 5'9". And those are much more accurate measurements. These guys don't want the added inches anymore. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, because a bigger strike zone is not good for you hitters. So, and the funny aspect is, because we talk about this all the time, Matt, there's a huge difference between being 5'11 and 6 feet. It's more than an inch in everybody's mind. The players who measured 5'11 on the ABS system were the ones who lost the most height on average. So that shows you all these guys just wanted to get to 6 feet, but now that it matters, they don't want to be 6 feet anymore.
Well, that's so weird. It doesn't make any sense. I wonder what Acuff's going to measure in at. I wonder what his vertical is going to be, because is Acuff going to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft? If he's 5'11", probably not. But if he's 6'2", maybe. That's kind of like, you're right. I mean, it's in all aspects of it. It's but my whole thing is you're already you're already talented enough. What else are you lying about? Like, why are you lying about your height? It just seems arbitrary. Like, whatever the right word, it just doesn't seem relevant to like how we're gonna lie about our height. But now that it matters on the strike zone for the thing, it pays to be smaller. The only thing guys brag about being smaller is their cell phone.
Right, yeah. I love Scott, the tortilla guy. So just wait, Aaron Judge will be 5'11" next year.
Right? Like it makes me think of what was the thing in the ski jumping competition where they were trying to be bigger, to get more,
bigger in one specific spot.
Like, wow,
this fits with that. It kind of does. Ski jumping and baseball together. Who knew?
My second up goes to Rick Pitino. He's 73 years old. Took the St. Johnny's to the Sweet 16, first time since 1999. Well, he'll be there to the year 2029 now. 73 years old, signed an extension till 2029. So he'll be, 77? Yeah. He probably won't make it into that, but good.
Won't look a day older than 85, though.
And are a vampire. That's right. He's definitely, he's got it going. My second down goes to the Kit Kat Bar Easter heist. Thieves stole 12 tons. That's 400,000 units of chocolate that was in between traveling in customs, Italy and Poland. They stole 12 tons of Kit Kat bars right before Easter Sunday. They're talking about how that's going to change the price. It's like, what is going on with the world today? We got to steal 12 tons of Kit Kat chocolate bars.
That's the Swiss chocolate, right? That's the European chocolate.
Probably
that's
a little better, huh?
Better.
Yeah.
That's going to be the better chocolate. I did not steal that, I guarantee you. Go ahead, Charlie.
Me and Matt were talking about it this weekend. Whenever when I was in college and we'd have weigh-ins and measuring your height, there was always guys that would like try to put something underneath their feet, get a little bit taller. We had a bunch of guys putting weights, like a 25-pound weight in your pocket, so you can weigh more. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well, what height would you like to be, Charlie? I always wanted to be, well, look, I never thought I was going to be 6 feet, so I guess I wanted to be 5'10". I was measured when I got my first driver's license at 5'10", but that's because I was in shoes. Then I was told by the Arkansas women's basketball athletic trainer about 5 years ago, you ain't 5'10", Phil.
Yeah.
That's how she said it. So I had to say, fine. She would know. She's been doing all the measuring. So I'm 5'9".
Yeah, I'm 5'10". I always thought being 6 foot would be cool, but
what was that little guard for Purdue?
Number 3?
Yeah, he was getting like he was doing the halftime interview with the lady reporter, and the lady reporter was bigger than that dude. You're like, there's no way he's 6 foot.
Yeah, they had him listed at 6 foot. No way.
Just give him a stool to stand on for. That would look good, so weird.
Yeah, he had some moves. Okay, so for my next up, it's not time to give up on this baseball team. You got to remember, remember how bad Ole Miss was when they won the Natty a couple of years ago. They struggled during the regular season, and nobody wants to peak right now. Let's just put everything together, get it figured out. Like you said earlier, Phil, 10 of the 16 series have been sweeps. There's a lot of baseball left. This team, it wasn't that long ago that this team was in the top of the SEC with walks given up by pitching. And now, we had a bad last 4 games, or really 3 games, I guess. But I think we can come around. We got to see how this weekend goes. But I don't think it's time to give up on this team.
It can't just be based on one weekend. Never. No.
Yeah.
These next 2 weeks, Charlie, are going to be really something else because it's 6 SEC road games, a road game tomorrow night at Missouri State, playing at Dickey Stevens next Tuesday. At Baum next Tuesday. So it's just there's a lot of road games. And, sometimes that actually can galvanize a team. So I think these next 2 weeks will say a lot.
I totally agree. And then we may come back next week and be talking differently, but I think we can bounce back. For my next down, so negotiations with the NFL and the Referee Association are not going well. So they're beginning interviewing and hiring and training retirement refs or replacement refs for this year.
Oh, get the retired refs back. Yeah. Get those guys.
It may be. But so I guess what do they do? They pull college refs? Is that who they're hiring?
I have no idea who it is that they'd hire. But I mean, who's available at that point?
Yeah.
Go get the UFL because the UFL has got referees. Maybe you bring them in. I don't know who those are.
Man, it could be a mess this year.
And officiating already would be a mess, huh? All right, I got a third up, and it's to the Big Ten in men's basketball and football. So they get 2 in the football Final Four, Oregon and Indiana. Of course, they have the national champion with Indiana. In men's basketball, the Big Ten had 4 in the Elite Eight, and then 2 in the Final Four, Michigan and Illinois. And amazingly, only one Big Ten team had made a Final Four in the last 5 years, and that was Purdue 2 years ago. The Big Ten has the edge on the SEC. That's my down in the revenue sports. In the very same amount of time this last year, SEC 1 in the football Final Four, Ole Miss, none in the national title game, 2 in the Elite Eight for men's basketball, and none in the Final Four. Now, of course, you had half the Final Four last year and the national champions, so these things can change on an annual basis. But it also does come during the time where it's legal to pay players. So it is kind of interesting. The Big Ten has had a much better year in terms of postseason than the SEC has. Go ahead, Matt.
All right. My third and final down goes to my the U.S. men's national team. They played against Belgium, scored the first goal, ended up losing 2-5 in a friendly. But the thing was, both teams had jerseys that were red, white, and blue. It's like, hang on just a second. They were both white with red and blue on it. It was the worst. You couldn't tell who was who.
Aren't you supposed to coordinate your outfits with your opponent?
Somebody gets paid money to do that. There's somebody that gets paid money to do that, and they lost that day. And my third up would be going to 1987. This might be C homeworks over here. New homework assignment. The 59th Academy Awards was held in 1987. Who won the Oscar for Best Film?
Oh man, 1987. Because I think Hoosiers was Hoosiers
I'll
was
give
up
you,
for it,
I'll give
and
you
everybody's like, "Well, Hoosiers has to win because the Indiana just won the national title."
It's a war movie. Give you
It's
a hint.
Platoon.
There you go, Platoon.
I love Platoon. Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe.
Maybe see movie over here. He can watch Platoon this week.
Duality of man kind of stuff right there. That's a good movie for you to watch, Unit. Then, of course, I hope he's not like what you see with Lieutenant Frank Drebin and Priscilla Presley in The Naked Gun, where they are walking out of Platoon with tears in their eyes from laughing so much. If he has a review for Platoon tomorrow and treats it like a comedy, you need a new producer. All right, Charlie, what's up?
Okay, my last up. I love ABS, and I'm. I understand people that don't like it, baseball purists, but my whole thing is just get it right. Let's get it right. It's fast, it's fun, and you're getting the right call. So, and you don't have a whole lot of them. You don't have unlimited. You just have a couple, and so I think it's good. I think, like you said, I think it's good for the game. I think it's getting people more involved. And anyway.
Is it going to, let me ask you this, because it used to be that the umpires just had supreme control over everything. You might have the worst insults in the world being rained down on C.B. Buckner about his mother, but they weren't going to overturn the call. And now it's like it's 50,000 against 1 with a mass. I don't know what that feels like to have 6 of your 8 calls overturned. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have ABS. I think it's a great thing for the sport. I just wonder with the embarrassment factor that this can filter in, will there be fewer men that want to be major league umpires?
Possibly. I think Dave would have used a couple this weekend.
Oh, I think it's coming to college. I think it's coming to the SEC sometime in the next, I'll just say 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's going to come here.
I hope so.
All right.
My last down is my bracket. Man, I started off so hot. I think it was probably the best start on a bracket I've ever had. And now I just looked it up. I am ranked 21 millionth. And I've gotten 20.
Charlie,
I've
you
gotten
suck.
26%.
Yikes!
I got hit pretty hard.
Who's winning our bracket unit? Who's the halftime? Who's do we know? We'll get that.
We'll figure that thing out. Well, you want to talk about, Charlie? What's going on at River Valley Smile Center?
So we got all the doctors back in now this week. We're ready to go. But one really cool thing that we do is sedation dentistry, and there aren't very many places around that you can go to be asleep for general dentistry. Now, you can go get your wisdom teeth taken out and be asleep for that. That's one thing. But if you just don't like having fillings done or crowns or veneers or whatever it may be, you can just be asleep for it. It's no problem. We do it every day, and we love to do it, and we're really good at it, and we'd love for you to come by and check everything out and come see us.
Matt's a patient at River Valley Smile Center, has been for years, and they can take care of you too if you call 479-646-0706 or just visit rivervalleysmiles.com. Charlie, you're talking about having wisdom teeth removed, and it reminded me of what happened when I had my wisdom teeth removed. Maybe I can tell you that story after the break.
Okay.
It's not too graphic. I think it'll be okay. All right?
All right.
All right. So stay with us. We'll have a quick segment after the break.
You guys had shirts on when you came in here. There's something happened to them, man.
This is halftime.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Penalties and interest are piling up every single day. Wage garnishments and bank levies could hit any moment. If you've been avoiding it out of fear, you're not alone. But waiting only shrinks your options and ramps up the stress. The truth is, the IRS settles with taxpayers every day through legitimate programs, and many qualify to reduce what they owe, in some cases by up to 99%. That's why thousands turn to helpwithirsdebt.com. They've guided over 120,000 Americans, resolved more than $2.3 billion in tax debt, and back every case with their ironclad resolution guarantee. If there's no real path forward, you get a full refund, no fine print. They even randomly select one qualifying client each year and pay off their entire IRS balance. Terms apply. Don't let another day pass. Go to helpwithirsdebt.com right now. It's fast, easy, and confidential. Find out what's possible today. Helpwithirsdebt.com. Once again, that's helpwithirsdebt.com.
This is halftime.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand-new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited-time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
It's your favorite time of year, March Madness, and the #1 place to get all your alcohol this basketball postseason is Eastside Liquor in Fort Smith. Located at 9390 Rogers Avenue, Eastside Liquor has everything you need. Dave Bushko and his team have all your beer, seltzers, wine, liquor, and more. Eastside Liquor, they always come up clutch in the postseason. COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050, COP CDL Academy.
ESPN Arkansas is growing, and we're looking for motivated sales professionals with digital marketing and media sales experience to join our team. If you have a background in digital or media sales, love sports, and enjoy building relationships and helping businesses grow, we want to hear from you. We offer excellent pay, a market-leading commission structure, and full benefits including health, dental, vision, and life insurance. Ready to join an exciting team environment where every day is different? Send your resume to sales@hitthatline.com. That's sales@hitthatline.com. Pearson Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer.
Arkansas, it's time to team up and clean up. Celebrate America's 250th birthday by joining in on the greatest American cleanup, happening now through May 31st. From picking up trash to planting wildflowers, there's so much you can do to keep Arkansas beautiful. Organize a cleanup event to make a real impact and earn volunteer hours if you're a student. Visit keeparkansasbeautiful.com to register your event, request a volunteer kit, and get inspired. Brought to you by Keep Arkansas Beautiful, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
No fun for my baby. No fun. No fun for my baby. No fun. No fun to hang around. Feeling that same old way. No fun to hang around. Freaked out for another day.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, a quick segment here, and I wanted to tell Charlie and Matt and all of you guys the story of the wisdom teeth I had pulled, just because you triggered my memory, Charlie, by talking about, you can do sedation dentistry if you need to get your wisdom teeth removed at River Valley Smile Center. 26 years ago, I had to have my wisdom teeth removed. It was just after I moved to Arkansas, and it's only the right side of my mouth. I still have them on the left side. You guys know my dad's a dentist. He's a pediatric dentist, and he fixed the only cavity that I ever had up until that time, which was the wisdom tooth that had gotten removed. And we've had him. You've met my dad, Matt. Like, He's an amazing person. I love my father to death, absolutely. But he also does love himself some himself. And he's open about this. He's open about it. It's funny the things you remember, especially when you're all drugged up with whatever it was, however much Novocaine they filled my gums with there, Charlie, because I did not go under. This was not done through sedation. And, the dental surgeon that's working on me is a friend of my dad. So he's in the room with him, right? And I'm sitting over here, and it took him a long time to pull that sucker out. I guess I've got really good anchors in my gums. It's like I thought I might have seen him put his foot up on the wall to get some leverage. So he finally pops the thing out. He drops it on the tray. It's right next to my father, and he picks up the tooth. I don't even know why I remember this. Like, I'm drooling out of my mouth. I can barely see. I'm not feeling great. And I look over, my dad's looking at this tooth that he fixed the cavity in like 3 or 4 years before. And he looks at it and he says, GD, I do some great work. I'm just like, what kind of ego do you have when your son is literally over there like drooling in pain with 2 large holes in his mouth, and you're admiring your own work? You don't do that, Charlie, do you? Good. Oh, boy. Well, I love him. He doesn't mind that I tell that story, because I've told that story many times, even around him. And you know what he answers with? He's like, yeah, I do great work. What do you want?
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back in just a moment, and we're talking about Good Feet Arch Supports. And then we'll wrap up hour number 2. This is halftime.
Bye, guys.
You need money.
See you, Charlie.
All I need are some tasty waves, cool buzz, and I'm fine.
This is halftime.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Brandon Zimmerman in Barling or call Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
Financing as low as 0% on brand new Fords at Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. 0% financing, matching down payments. There's a deal on every car.
There really is, Tommy. It is truck month going on now, Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, and that's just not enough. You know, the 0% finance and the money off, that's not enough for you. We want to go to work. We want to make it happen. So now we're going to be matching your down payment up to $2,000. And here's the deal. You know, we're talking about the 0% interest on the new trucks, right? But here's the deal. You can be looking at something used out there, and we're still going to match your down payment up to that $2,000. So new or pre-owned, it doesn't matter. Like I said, let us go to work for you. Let us make it happen. Let us match your down payment up to $2,000.
And you've got the selection right now.
Yes, we do. We've got the selection to choose from. Car, truck, van, SUV. Heck, we've got an 18-wheeler back there for sale. So come and see us. Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford. Let us go to work for you. Let us earn your business.
1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. Online at harryrobinson.com.
At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we understand that cold weather months are about staying warm, keeping life running smoothly, and focusing on what truly matters. We also know that higher heating bills during this season can create stress, and we're here to help ease that burden. From a variety of payment options designed to fit your needs to assistance programs that provide extra support, our team is dedicated to helping you stay comfortable and worry-free all season long. Our customer care team is just a call away, or you can explore helpful resources online at aogc.com/winter. We're here for you this winter.
Since 1974, the folks in the River Valley have trusted Westark Yamaha in Fort Smith for quality and service you just can't find at those big box stores. Now expanding into zero-turn mowers, Westark Yamaha carries Bobcat, a high-quality commercial mower built to perform, and World Lawn, the best value in zero-turn mowers. Plus, they stock Husqvarna chainsaws and Red Max blowers and trimmers. Westark Yamaha services what they sell. Right now, get 0% financing on all mowers. Westark Yamaha, serving Fort Smith since 1974.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide expert service and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Well, it is a gorgeous day. You probably want to be outside. You want to be out moving again now that it is springtime. And you hear me talking about Good Feet Arch Supports quite a bit over the last year and a half. I want to bring on Lisa Gray from Good Feet store locations in Fayetteville and in Rogers. Lisa, appreciate you coming on today. How are you?
Doing wonderful, a beautiful day in Northwest Arkansas.
No kidding, no kidding. I love my Good Feet Arch Supports. They really have helped. I don't have plantar fasciitis anymore. That's something that I've been dealing with. Who can benefit from Good Feet Arch Supports?
Really anyone that wants to stay active, pain-free through every season. At the Good Feet store, we help relieve foot pain, leg, back, knees, basically anything from the waist down. We're here to help you.
Good. You know, I know people probably try, there's the gel inserts, there's inserts from the drugstores, maybe new shoes, but Good Feet Arch Supports are different. What makes them different?
Well, most people don't realize the foot actually has 4 arches, not just one. Off-the-shelf inserts or expensive shoes, they usually support just one of the arches. Good Feet is designed to support all 4 arches, restoring what we try to do is the ideal foot position. That's going to not only improve the feet, the alignment, the whole body, balance, and support everything.
Well, it's the kind of thing you notice immediately. I noticed it when I started wearing Good Feet Arch Supports, and that was 2 Septembers ago. I still have them in all of my shoes. I put them all in my shoes, but you know, I noticed my body feeling more aligned almost immediately. That's the kind of thing that you can get when you walk out of the Good Feet store with your arch supports.
They sure do. The first step you take with these, you will have instant relief. You'll notice the difference right away. It keeps customers walking more. They can stand longer, and then they get back to the things that they love to do and be pain free. Here's what some of my customers have said, and obviously Google reviews as well. A lot of them will just, they enjoy walking, running, exercising since they've been in the Good Feet store. The difference is incredible. Body feels more balanced. The legs and hips feel evenly distributed when I'm in motion. And thank you, Good Feet store. Also, I've had a hairstylist that I've been standing for 29 years with lower back pain, knee pain, and sore feet. As soon as she put the Good Feet system in, she felt better, and my posture straightened, and pain faded, and she found it grounded again. And a lot of my customers have come in walking in with a cane, and they walk out without using that cane any longer. And we also help anything with a lot of people with plantar fasciitis. That's the number one thing we deal with. That's
Lisa, I want to make sure I get this because we got about 30 seconds left here. There is a huge deal going on April 3rd and April 4th. That's this Friday and Saturday at the Good Feet locations in Fayetteville. That's across from Walmart on Mall Avenue, and Rogers across from Topgolf next to Hideaway Pizza. $100 off of a complete Good Feet Arch Support system. That's Friday and Saturday. These are the only 2 days they'll do this. You can visit goodfeet.com for more information. Lisa Gray, appreciate you joining us, and looking forward to talking about this later in the week. Meanwhile, we're back for hour 3 of halftime right after this break.
Hey, this is Damien, and I've grown up around the kitchen at DK Fit Meals. My dad, David, the owner, started this business because he knows you're busy, but you still want food that's fresh, delicious, and actually good for you. Forget the fast food compromises. We're taking customized, ready-to-eat, healthy meals made right here in Fort Smith. Whether you pre-order for the week or ordering something from our grab-and-go frozen meals, we make it easy to stick to your goals. Stop settling and start performing. Get your next week of meals sorted today. Visit DKFitMeals.com, that's DKFitMeals.com, and taste the difference fresh food makes. Fuel your life with DK Fit Meals.
Spring is in the air, and the fish are biting, the gobblers are strutting, and the trees are blooming. Jelco Outdoors, your locally owned one-stop shop, is ready to help you get outside and enjoy the great outdoors. Stop by and let our friendly staff help you get the gear you need. Jelco Outdoors, your store for hunt, fish, and work. That's what we do. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Arkansas fans, get fired up at Joe's Grill and Cantina, your home for Tex-Mex and Arkansas Game Day. Catch Arkansas basketball games live on our big TV screens. And when you wear your Arkansas gear, score half-price apps and cheap taps. Enjoy complimentary chips and homemade salsa, fresh and made from scratch every day. Don't miss Joe's Mexican-inspired daily specials, fast, friendly service, and the best game day fun in town. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we'll see sunny skies. It'll be warmer with highs in the low to mid 80s and a south wind gusting up to 30 miles an hour. Mostly clear to partly cloudy tonight with lows in the lower 60s. South winds gusting to 25 miles an hour. Lots of sunshine again on Tuesday with highs in the low to mid 80s. An isolated shower or storm possible Tuesday night. I'm Matthew Harding with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
This weather information is brought to you by The Solid Rock, your source for inspirational gifts, home decor, women's boutique items, personalized Bibles, and more.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that could respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
One Razorback is vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Caller text 877-377-6963. Now here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones. We are guestless in hour number 3, so anytime you want to get with us here from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, the Lewis Automotive Group hotline open at 877-377-6963. Halftime continues. Phil Elson and Matt Jones and Christian Johnston producing, and it's been a lot on college basketball in the Final Four, which will get underway on Saturday. The women's Final Four is half set. You'll have the UConn Huskies in the Final Four for the 25th time, and UCLA beat Duke to make it for the second year in a row. Amazingly, for all the Final Fours and championships for UCLA men's basketball, until last year, UCLA had never made the women's Final Four. And tonight, well, this is what's left, Matt, for the SEC. 2 number 1 seeds, Texas and South Carolina, will play in the Elite Eight. Longhorns getting Michigan. South Carolina gets TCU. And then the women's Final Four will be set as well. But that looks like a pretty
chalky tournament on that side, and I don't think there. Well, I think there was a buzzer beater for the way that LSU went out. I think it was Duke. Yeah, Duke beat LSU with a buzzer beater. So, hey, I mean, it's like looking at UConn women's basketball. I think that is men's basketball is a machine over there, but UConn women's basketball, I don't even know what to call it. That's the best sports program in the country of any kind.
Rick Pitino signing an extension makes me think Gino could be the next coach of North Carolina men's basketball. I mean,
that'd be an interesting idea.
He can coach basketball. I don't care what chromosomes you have. He's still a good coach.
Well, the guy's. My guess is he's probably staying where he's been for all these years. But I agree with you. It's like the same idea. The idea of Dawn Staley, is she going to eventually make it to the NBA? Would anybody try to? Maybe there have been conversation at some point about Gino being a men's basketball coach. But you got the big buzzer beater yesterday with Braylon Mullins etching his name into the
lore.
Well, lore, yeah, that's exactly right. That's a name that will be staying up there with so many of the other names when it comes. Now, I'm starting to come around more on Matt's side of things here. I think that shot will always stand in the great shots in one of the great games of NCAA tournament basketball history. And I do think, like, when it comes to making the Final Four, Matt, it's so incredibly difficult to do it. So difficult to do. Heck, I think it's difficult to, win a conference championship. You play in every game in a row. But for a program that's won 5 national championships and they've got to the Final Four now for the 8th time, UConn, since 1999, the 3rd under Dan Hurley, I just imagine that it never gets to the place where it's old. But, you go to the Final Four not as a Cinderella. You go to the Final Four as a team that won back-to-back national titles 2 years ago, and you're a behemoth right now. So I can see where you're saying where, I think in the scheme of the tournament, that's one of the greatest shots that's ever been made because it did get a team into the Final Four. But in terms of UConn, there's more in the future for them. At least that's what they're hoping for, because I don't know. There's something about UConn. You remember we brought this up on Friday about Arkansas men's basketball, that right now the floor feels like Sweet 16. But what's the floor for UConn basketball? UConn's floor is kind of the Final Four. When you've won back-to-back national titles within the last 4 years and you got the same coach and you're in a league that you can – they can kind of dominate that league to a point. St. John's has a good thing going. Sometimes Nova does too. But, there's got to be more for UConn maybe for that shot to stand out. But I think it'll always stand out in terms of the tournament itself.
Man, that was a fun game. Like I said, I've watched more college basketball in the last 2 weeks than I have all year. Not named the Arkansas Razorbacks. All I do during the season is watch the Hogs play. But watching all these teams play, man, you see a lot of talent. I like that freshman from Illinois. You start looking at guys that are going to be first-round draft picks, and then you start looking at guys in the SEC. On average, about 4 to 5 guys in the SEC get drafted in the first round. Been looking at some mocks in the top 10. I only see one foreigner in the top 10, which that's going to be different than the last few years. A lot more foreigners drafted in the lottery, so only one right now. A lot of freshmen being drafted in the top 10 picks.
Well, we've got, 4 of the 5 first-team All-Americans are freshmen?
Well, look at the 4 teams in the country that made the Final Four. Arizona has 3 freshmen starting. Illinois has 1. Does UConn have any freshmen starting?
He just hit the winning shot.
Yeah, does Michigan? You kind of look, how many freshmen do you have starting? So does it give you hope with what Coach Cal said, that the freshmen are coming in and they're stronger, tougher, because three freshmen from Arizona just whooped you. So do you still believe that we have the right recipe, that you can make it to a Final Four starting 3 freshmen here at Arkansas?
877-377-6963 if you want to hit on that with us on a call or a text. Sam's in Missouri, and he's listening, and he's called us up. Sam, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Hey, I just, well, first of all, on the basketball note, it seems like Europeans have figured in pretty prominently in the NCAA tournament this year, but it doesn't seem like, from what Matt just said, they're as prominent in the NBA draft. So, and I know Cal likes to put people in the NBA, so maybe, that's going to be a challenge, finding someone who fits both the NCAA and pro ball, because I guess the people that end up in the Final Four don't always necessarily make it to the NBA. Anyway, that was just a comment. What I really wanted to call about was baseball. I was trying to soothe my sorrow after we got swept at home, and I looked at Dave Van Horn's numbers when he went to the College World Series, and if I did my math right, it was 21 and a half losses average on all of his teams that went to the College World Series. And I didn't go back and do this math, but I bet his teams that didn't go to the College World Series had a lower average number of losses. And it kind of makes me think, kind of like Cal scheduling the Elite Eight so that we could get punched in the mouth early. I wonder if we're getting punched in the mouth early and Dave's going to make some adjustments and do some things that are normal for him because of his long history of success that may end up having a great season.
I see what it is that you're saying here. The thing is that, and it's different baseball to basketball, but it's not the Elite Eight teams necessarily that have beaten Arkansas so far this year. They didn't beat them in a series, but a loss to Texas Arlington, 2 losses to Stetson, an Arkansas State loss. And I think it's a good Arkansas State team. Those are not teams that are going to be standing at the end of the season, like some of the losses that Arkansas took in men's basketball when the season started, and you had, all of the Elite Eight in there. That wasn't losing to LSU or to UCLA or even to Murray State, some of the teams that you played last year on your bracket in Omaha. So it's different. And you're right about the losses. I haven't seen an Arkansas team make it to Omaha with any more than 25 losses since I've been doing the games. And that was the 2015 team, and they had to go on the road to make a regional, and then they, were lucky to host the super regional that year. Already this team has lost 10 games, and I think it's 8 of them at home. So it's like comparing one year to another. Sometimes you're comparing some of the very same players and the culture of a program. It's different now. This is a much different team than you had last year. Last year's team did not lose home games. This year's team is not that. They've lost 8 home games, and 3 of them just happened to, I think, a pretty good Florida team, but then there have been also some home losses to teams that have to win their conference tournament to make it to the NCAA tournament. So I don't know if I view it quite the same way. I'd like, look, I mean, I see it from Charlie's perspective too here, Sam, that my mind's not made up about this baseball team, because what I'm hoping is that what you've seen from the last 4 games from the pitching staff is the fluke. Because I think offensively, this team is what they're going to be. I think they're going to be able to get to 5, 6, 7 runs. Every once in a while explode, but they'll be able to be pitched to. But this team's going to have to win games based upon stronger starting pitching than they've seen for 4 games and a bullpen that doesn't have so much pressure on it. And that's got to start immediately. Because once the ball starts rolling, and Dave's talking about moving some of the starters around in terms of the starting pitching rotation, that's the foundation of a team. And too much pressure on a bullpen can sort of, the dam can break. It hasn't broken yet, because that's just 4 games. That's all it is. And a team can dig themselves out of it quickly sometimes. That's what these next 2 weeks to me are about.
That's true. But I feel like this coaching staff is so good at making adjustments during the season and putting people in different roles and them just flourishing that, anyway, the optimist in me says we're still going to have a great season. It just hasn't started the way we thought it would.
And I appreciate the optimism too, Sam. And, I think the coaching staff deserves the benefit of the doubt in a lot of cases. but you also know what you've been watching right now. The coaches have also been, they're not blind to this. They're quite aware that that right now they're in a position they have not been in quite a long time, where late in March, you kind of wonder in which direction things are going to go. Matt is next in Rogers. Hi, Matt. How are you?
Hey, what's afternoon, Phil? What's going on?
Good to have you on, Matt. What's up?
Hey, man, I had a quick question. I don't know if anybody's brought it up in a while to you, but I love all your knowledge and what you bring to the table, so I wanted to ask you, and if anybody know, it's you. I think this team needs a spark, and I know I don't see any bats that are hurt other than maybe Brenton Clark, and I know that was a big injury, so I'd like to see if you could touch on that injury. That would help a little bit bat-wise, but mainly the thing I wanted to ask you is, what is the latest with the kid out of Roland, the pitcher, Wiggins? Like,
Wiggins?
Is he, I've heard May maybe. I mean, like, that could be, that's a first-round pick arm. Like, is he coming back or not? That could be the shot in the arm, literally, that this team needs. What do you know there?
Sure. And remind me of the first thing that you brought up so I can address that, too, because my mind's a little
Well,
bit...
just a bat that's not in the lineup, Brenton Clark. I think he's an outfielder. He's a big bat injury.
Clark's out for the year, Matt. They basically said that when Dave talked about his shoulder injury in January. So now you've got Ruiz, who's out. We don't know how long because they've got an MRI on his knee. So that's two outfielders. And I think they might have been competing for the same spot before Clark's injury. So that's two outfielders right there I think Clark's done for the season pretty much. But Ruiz, it depends upon the MRI. And then the rest of it, Matt, help me out. What was that about?
And like Wiggins is a big arm.
Wiggins, that's right.
Yeah. What's the deal?
Wiggins.
Is he coming back or not?
I think he'll come back, but I don't know what it is that you're hoping to get from him, because when he comes back from this injury, it's 1 inning in 1 week, then it's 2 innings the next week, then it's 3 innings the week after that. And then, it's a very slow buildup, because there's such a difference between feeling like you're throwing free and easy in the bullpen against no hitters and doing it in a game where there's stressful situations. And I think the way they'd like this to occur, because he's not going to just be thrown into the starting pitching rotation, he's going to pitch in relief. It's probably the kind of thing where he gets on the mound in a game either in very late April or early May, and then that starts the process. Like I'd mentioned, 1 inning 1 week, 2 innings the next week, 3 innings the week after, and then hopefully you've got him where he can give you 4 innings in the SEC tournament, maybe 5 innings in an NCAA regional, so on and so forth. But you can't just count on that being the thing that's going to help turn some of the pitching around. But I do think he'll be part of the pitching staff, Matt. I just don't know how much he'll be part of it.
Awesome. Thanks for the update. I will. I could live with that, because that could get him into maybe, this, get to Omaha, that goes into mid-June. So I mean,
yes,
I know he's got. I know he's got to get the arm built up, but I just that would be another weapon back there, because he is a first-round talent. So thank you so much for the insight. Love the show.
Well, thanks for the call and the questions. That's kind of what happened with Gage Wood last year, though he didn't start the season injured. Was hurt his first outing. And they brought him back very much the same way, where I think it was late April, and it's an inning, and then it's 2 innings, and then it's 3 innings, and the next thing you know, he's starting in the College World Series and throwing an historic no-hitter. I'm not here to tell you that's going to happen with Carson Wiggins, but I do think they'll try to bring him back somewhat of the same way. Our Lewis Automotive Group hotline is 877-377-6963. Remember, Sterling Bank. You always deserve a pleasant and productive experience with your bankers, one that puts you first, and you find that every time. At your community bank in Northwest Arkansas, Sterling Bank. Top-notch customer service. They are not just your bankers, they are your friends and your neighbors. The folks at Sterling Bank are deeply committed to the people, businesses, and organizations that make Northwest Arkansas thrive. And if you're looking for local, friendly banking, visit Sterling Bank. They're in Fayetteville, Rogers, Bentonville, and also now in Little Rock. You can learn more at stirbank.bank. We'll be back in a moment. This is Halftime.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch.
Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu has so much Lutz, it's starting to go to people's heads. I'm the Lutzierge.
Which is the mini taco salad fork?
Here to help them cope. So when you try the mini taco salad, beefy potato loaded griller, or chips and nacho supreme dip, enjoy the Lutz. Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah, bring the car around.
You know there's no valet.
Then who's getting the car?
Taco Bell's new Lutz Value Menu. 10 extravagant indulgences, all $3 or less.
It's almost over. The ultimate challenge here at Lewis Automotive Group, our biggest one yet. We're so close to selling 600 vehicles in the month of March. We've got more than 1,000 vehicles to choose from, $2 million in discounts, and we're not holding anything back all month long. Get up to $20,000 off MSRP or 0% financing on select models. Payments starting at $199 a month. Only for a limited time at the Lewis Automotive Group's Ultimate Challenge.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
While most people are playing for bragging rights, MyBookie is giving away $100,000 in their Madness Bracket Contest. This is about turning your ball knowledge into bankroll. Head to mybookie.ag. Use code HOGS, H-O-G-S, and get your first bet covered up to $500. If it misses, activate your Bet Back bonus token and run it back. The madness only comes once a year, so don't just watch it, win it. Only at MyBookie. Must opt in during the bet to use the Bet Back bonus.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam.
They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence
For over 80 years, Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Now let's get back to halftime with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Arkansas football legend, Matt Jones.
Well, Matt, looking over the rosters of the teams that are in the Final Four, just looking at the number of freshmen that are, a major part of the rotation. Illinois' top 2 scorers are freshmen. Keaton Wagler scoring almost 18 a game. Merkovich, who is 20 years old but still a freshman, scores 13 and a half a game. He's their top rebounder. Michigan has pretty much one freshman that's in the rotation, Trey McKinney, 19 years old, just about 10 points per game. We know about Arizona's freshman. And then UConn has a couple with Mullins, who hit the big shot last night, and Eric Reiby, who's from Germany, a 7-footer. He plays a lot of minutes too. So every one of these teams has, and in some cases, they are led by freshmen. Like Illinois' best players, or at least their top scorers, are freshmen. And I know Jaden Bradley won Big 12 Player of the Year, but the other 3 leading scorers and their point guard for Arizona are freshmen.
That's a positive sign, I think. When we were talking about Coach Cal and his tenure here at Arkansas, is the window closing on him, or is it just opening? You wonder about defense with his guys. You got to have a big to protect the rim. It's tough when your guys are fresh because they just haven't been in the college office. They're just not as strong. When you're 18 and you said the 20-year-old, I wonder if he's played professional sports for a while.
I can't imagine he hasn't.
Yeah, and when you're 18 and until you're 22, you're just stronger when you're 20, 21 than you are when you're 17 and 18. It's just part of just going through it. So, but I think that's positive, seeing that there can be freshmen, because years past it didn't seem like there was that many freshmen, and maybe this year's an outlier because you look at the NBA draft projections, a lot of freshmen up there, but it gives you confidence if you get a guy like Billy Richmond and Malik Thomas coming. Think of that jump Billy Richmond just made from his freshman to sophomore year. You don't think Malik Thomas can't make that jump too? Like, that's what he did as a just, oh my goodness, if he's leading the Hogs next year, you would feel really good about that.
It's the defense, I think, that you got to find a way to just defend better. I mean, get better defenders, but also for like Malik coming back to be a better defender for you. Arkansas allowed, 81 points per game this last year. And as I go back looking through the media guide, that's the most points Arkansas has allowed per game in a long time.
It was really, our offense was our best defense and getting in transition and putting pressure on the other team. But when it came down to it, we couldn't get stops when we had to.
Matt, I'm going all the way back into the 90s now. You haven't seen a team at Arkansas allow more than 80 points per game on average since they were in the Southwest Conference. The 1990-1991 Razorbacks allowed 80.5 points per game, but they scored 100 per game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit different. It's a different era of basketball, and obviously, but I kind of feel like this year's Arkansas team is a little bit the same. Our defense is just by outscoring you. And you do have to play defense when it comes to the NCAA tournament, don't you?
If you're going to make a run, if you got to be able to get stops, and that's what UConn was able to do against Duke when they were behind, double digits. They were able to get multiple stops in a row. You're not going to win a championship if you can't get stops and you can't play defense. And to your point though, we did score a lot of easy baskets. So when you're scoring real quick, the other team gets the ball back. So there's more possessions. But yeah, I mean, we just, the physicality of it's what it is. We were kind of fake tough. It's like you got to be physical, but it has to be natural. It has to be authentic. Because if you can be physical and bang a little bit, then you got a chance. It's tough when you not. I don't think we're timid. We're just too young. They don't have the girth. They just don't have it.
It was one of my favorite words. Here, I got another one here for you. Opponents made nearly 46% of their shots against Arkansas this year. 457 was the opponent's shooting percentage. And you're just going through the media guide and just the media guide. That's the highest shooting percentage allowed by Arkansas basketball since before the three-point line. The year before the three-point line, 1985, 1986, 468 was the opponent's shooting percentage. Arkansas got outscored on average, so it's a much different team. But just the point of this here is this was, truthfully, if you're just looking at the statistics, one of the worst defensive teams that the Razorbacks have had ever. I mean, we're talking about 1991, the last time they allowed 80 points per game, 81 this year, nearly 46% shooting percentage for opponents. That hadn't happened since the year before the three-point line. It kind of fits into the theme of some of the other teams this year, right? You know, offense was a heck of a lot better than defense for football. I'm not sure if I'm ready to say that in terms of baseball, but that's something that's got to be cleaned up. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a huge, like 46% from the field, and that's not even counting what it was on two-point shots, because I'll guarantee you the two-point percentage was darn near close to 50%.
Yeah, it was tough to watch at times, and you know the SEC was a little more down, and we look at it and I'm just like, well, how many times were we playing against other NBA talent? You know, there's 7-8 teams in the SEC right now that have 0 NBA players on their team. You know, so that's a good point. It's just we play the Kentucky, we play the Alabama, we play Arizona, we play the teams we played with other NBA guys. That's when you could tell the difference.
All right, I got the math here for you. 2-point shots, Matt. You're not going to like this. Opponent shot 54% on 2-pointers against Arkansas this year. And if you just watched the Arizona game, with as easy as it was for them to get to the rim, and that's not indicative of what it was like all year long, because Arizona's the best team Arkansas played. But if you just watch that game, you might think 54% defensive 2-point percentage. That's incredibly high for a team that sometimes struggled to defend the three, but man, in the paint, that's where it was this year against Arkansas. 541 shooting percentage on 2-point shots for opponents. And that's counting all the opponents. That's Southern, that's Samford, that's Fresno State, that's James Madison, that's South Carolina too. Here's some more numbers, 877-377-6963 to get with us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Yes, Matt.
Oh,
I saw you near the microphone. I thought you had something.
I was listening.
Okay.
I was intently listening.
All right. Well, we're in the home stretch, and we'll come back right after this break.
Hogs
Sorry,
out there
man.
with a rebound. And Lobs to Richmond and a two-hand jam.
This is halftime.
This college basketball tournament moment is brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy.
2019 NCAA tournament, 12-seeded Murray State was led by projected lottery pick John Morant. In the opening round against 5th-seeded Marquette, Morant put up a rare triple-double, scoring 17 points, 16 assists, and 11 rebounds.
Obviously, I wouldn't be able to get the triple-doubles without my teammates making shots.
Followed that with 28 points against 4th-seeded Florida State.
Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Clinton Yates here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast. Others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Do you hide your smile because of chipped, stained, or uneven teeth? Or feel like your smile doesn't match the way you feel inside? This is Dr. Charles Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. We offer custom veneers, full mouth rehabilitation, and even Botox to help you look and feel your best. We combine our expert care and artistic skill to create beautiful, natural-looking results, all while keeping you relaxed and comfortable. Right, Matt?
Time to love your smile again. Call 479-646-0706 or visit rivervalleysmiles.com to schedule your consultation today.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or take 5.9% financing for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2026 GMC Canyon for as low as $399 a month with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
When it's time to stock the bar, fill the cooler, or grab the perfect bottle, stop by River Point Wine and Spirits. You'll love our clean, organized store, full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer at the right price. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. So come stock up for game night, date night, or the weekend ahead. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. The future of office printing is here with Xerox's Connect Key technology and cloud connectivity. Xerox offers seamless integration, top-notch security, and unmatched efficiency to help your business stay ahead. Don't miss out. Call us today at 783-6600 and ask about our special offer for a free Xerox color printer with many Xerox models. Dixie Digital Imaging, leading the way in office technology.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
What's new at the Golf Nut in 2026? Plenty. Mizuno JPX One Woods and Hybrids are now in stock. So are Cobra Optim Adapt Woods, Hybrids and Irons, ready for every swing style. Starting in February, check out our brand new Titleist ball display, featuring every number Titleist Pro V1 ball from 0 to 99. Step inside our newly remodeled retail space, explore the simulation bays, and experience our new fitting and lesson bay. Plus, new inventory arriving weekly. The Golf Nut, everything you need to play better.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Anthony works in the grocery store, saving his pennies for someday. Mama Leone left a note on the door. She said, "Sonny, move out to the country. I'm working too hard to give you a heart attack. You wanna know by now, but I need a house out in Hackensack. Is that all you get for your money? And it seems such a waste of time. That's what it's all about. Mama, if that's moving up, then I'm moving out.
Make sure to follow Halftime on X at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back, and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Matt Bubb in Fayetteville wants Arkansas. Send it on the Lewis Automotive Group text line, 877-377-6963. Wants Mika Murinen to be a replacement for Trevin Brazil. His nickname is Slim Jesus. I love it. He's 7'1". He's from Serbia. He is, let's see, where is he from? He's from Serbia, and he's been playing for Partizan Belgrade, and he intends to play one season of college basketball before entering the 2027 draft. Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky want him. I think the Hogs want him too. You get him for 1 year, it seems. Love to be calling Slim Jesus his name, wouldn't you? How could you call him his real name then?
Jesus, yeah. Man, it's funny how everybody has that plan one and done. I really don't care if you're one and done or not. Man, I like that kid from Texas, number 8. They're big. I don't know what grade he's in. I don't know what year. You know, I like Nwoko from LSU. Awaka that freshman from Arizona, OMG, I don't think you can get him. I don't know. Look at some Big Ten guys. Look at just the style of the way some of these guys play. I don't have tape on all. I'm sure that there's people that get paid a lot of money to go figure out a couple bigs to come play for Arkansas. But yeah, there's a couple things you need to be looking for, because whatever this is right now, you're not good enough. And if you just come back with whatever this is again next year, you're not going to be good enough again next year either.
Who was the number at Texas you like?
Is it 8?
Oh, vocal titus? Sounds like it's some sort of a voice disease.
Well, eye-hand coordination. You throw him the ball, he catches it. There's not a lot of butterfingers going on. Like, to me, that would be the main thing. If I'm recruiting a big, or if I'm evaluating a big's talent, and how are you with 4-foot passes? Can you catch the ball naturally? If you can't, we're just gonna have to go get somebody else, because I can't have you if you don't have a skill set that can catch a pass. That's so like, what are you bobbling? 8, he keeps the ball up high, like he gets it, keeps it up. Go. I like his game, man. That dude from Texas can play.
He also looks as intense as a quad shot of espresso. Like he looks to me like a Lithuanian Psycho T.
Espresso, yeah.
Yes, that's right. He looks like a Lithuanian Hansbrough, who's just gonna rip the ball out of your hands no matter what you do with it. Cecil's here. Speaking of 4 shots of espresso, I don't even know why I say that. 4 shots of espresso, Cecil. I don't even know if we drink it or not. Cecil, it is great to have you here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. How are you?
Oh, I'm blessed, Phil. How y'all doing?
Great, thank you. Keep it clean.
Yeah, I'm in my office, but y'all all over the building, in the front and back, so I can hear you. I heard some of the conversations about the basketball, what's going on, such. So I said, let me call in. But like I said, I don't know if I said it to y'all, but I've said it to numerous people that I talk sports with. And I said that Duke wouldn't be there, which they did lose at the last second. I had UConn plus 5.5, which was a winner, either way it went. I said St. John's wouldn't be there, and the reason why, they're not big enough, though. All 4 of these teams is left in the tournament. Look how big they are. And
you're not kidding.
Houston,
yeah.
Well, and then I said UConn got like 5 7-footers, man. And this is the thing. I said Houston wasn't going to make it. This was around the Sweet 16. I said, well, Houston won't make it because they're similar to Arkansas. We got a really good team, but we don't have a true big man. Trevin Brazile is a stretch. He's a stretch 4. He's a forward. He can go down there and play, though. He's long, but he just got outmanned because he couldn't compete with the long arms and long legs. Most of the time, them guys don't even jump, man. They can touch the rim without even jumping. And so if the ball's coming off, they just got us, man. I mean, we played a really good game, but we're gonna have to get some. We need 2 7-footers. And I'm gonna say this again, Matt. I'm a big Z fan. I don't know if it was. I couldn't say it's a bad investment, but I think we should have kept Big Z, man. Because Big Z's a 7'2" dude. The man can shoot. I've been to numerous games he played in, and they interviewed him after the game. Just put it like that. He can shoot he can shoot free throws. He can shoot trays. He's going to the league. He's gonna be good. His brother's really good too. I enjoy watching him play, man. But the Final 4 teams are all 7-footers. And that's just the way it is. If we had one good 7-footer on the team, one good one, we would still be in it. We just got our man in the paint. But Calipari did a really good job, and I'm proud of Pringle. Pringle played good. He played good at the end. He just got a problem with fouling too much, which a lot of the times in the tournament, SEC tournament and the NCAA tournament, they was giving the man the bad end of the stick. I'm gonna say that. A-Cup is, and I kept telling Ronnie's oldest brother, Ronnie Brewer's oldest brother, that A-Cup, this was before the SEC tournament started. I said A-Cup would be the number 1 pick. If he keep playing like he's playing, he'll be the number 1 pick. He's great. He is a great point guard. Point guards are hard to come by. Big man Boozer, and I ain't hating on him. But Boozer ain't all of that to me. He's just a bully. He's about 6'8", 6'9", when he get to the league, they're gonna throw him all over the place. They got players like Boozer all in the NBA that don't even play. They got players just like that. But a point guard is hard to get like A-Cup. They don't come around. They might come about every 10 years. There might one like that come in the league about every 10 years. He's going to be great. When A-Cup gets to the league, his skill level is so high, he's going to go right in and play for whoever picks him. He's going to go right in and play, and his skill level is going to be even better than it is now because everybody on the floor is doing what they really need to do. Because if you don't do what you need to do in the NBA, you coming out the game. That's just the way it is. And they ain't drafting nobody unless your vertical's high enough. You shoot. You have to be really good to be in the NBA. And I can't wait to see him in the league. I really enjoyed him for the last 9 months or so, watching him and stuff. He's blowing the internet up like crazy. Every time you just click on, you see A-Cup everywhere. So he went from 0 to 100 from the SEC tournament to the NCAA tournament. Ain't that something?
That's true.
I mean, for us, I'm talking about he got a shoe deal. I'm talking about for us, being known, being really known. Because they wasn't giving him no credit, Phil, man. They wasn't giving the man no credit at all. No TV time, nothing. But, hey, as long as you, just like he said, he get out there and do what he got to do, and he's a great kid, man, great young man. I like his attitude and everything. He's gonna do really well. And I got his A-Cup. I got the A-Cup shirt in my shop hanging up autographed. What do you think about that, man?
That's beautiful.
I like it. Number 5 A-Cup.
I'm telling you, boy, I got it. Hey, Matt. Like I say, he was pushing away from the ESPN table in that Texas game, and I made me and Big Doug a shirt with the picture with the ball. He's dribbling the ball, but the ball's it was on the floor. It hadn't got back in his hands, and it's got the big 49 in the back. And I blew it up and put it on the shirt, and he looked at it, and I said, Darius, sign this. He walked right over and signed it. I took a couple more steps. The guy said, hey, man, how much you want for that?
That's awesome.
That is awesome. I'm telling you, man.
Cecil, good to hear.
But anyway, man, I'm doing I'm renovating Northside Stadium right now, and you're on there. I got you in. I mean, you're supposed to be in there anyway, man. But it's gonna be really nice when we finally get finished with it. We had to stop because of the spring break, but I'm about to get back on it though. But I'll send you some. Hey, send me a text, man. I got
a new phone number, Cecil. I don't even know if you got my new phone number. I'll have to shoot you a text, and I'm looking forward to getting over there and checking that out.
You ain't got my number, man. I lost your number because
I got a new number.
Let's give them both out over the radio here. By the way, Matt Jones has given his number to less than one person. Okay, so I don't even know if you're going to get it, Cecil. Appreciate you. It's good to hear from you. I do question, Big Z wasn't the kind of player that you needed. It's not. I appreciate what Cecil's saying here, 7-footer, but I don't think you needed another 7-footer that's going to shoot from the outside. You needed a banger. I don't think Big Z is one of those. Maybe his brother could be, because I think Tomislav is a little better than Zvonimir. But for me with Big Z, what I remembered him from is a guy that can shoot from the outside. But by the way, he was only playing like 10 minutes at Illinois, and he hadn't hit a 3-pointer in a month. So I'm not sure how important he was to them. But point is made, I think if you're going to go get a 7-footer, Matt, it's not somebody like Brazil, not somebody that's like a stretch 3 or a stretch 4. I mean, go get somebody who is a real 5 and not a 6'9" 5, like a 7-footer, 7'1". It's got to be somebody out there.
I agree. I at least like the fact that he identified a problem and he had a solution.
Mm-hmm.
I at least like that. It's like, hey, we got a problem, but I don't have any answers. At least he had a couple. He had a couple tries at it. So I appreciate that.
Now you did have a couple of 7-footers that were on the roster, Jovic and Semedo, but will they even be here next year, or was this just some sort of a project full of hope, or you wanted to fill the roster with 15 and get a couple of guys and see if it does? But Jovic played once. Was it one game, and it was the Alabama game when 4 players foul out, and Semedo, I don't even know what he looks like. So you did have 2 7-footers on the team, but they really weren't on the team. 877-377-6963. Big Keith, we got a couple of minutes here. Big Keith, how you doing?
Hey, all right. Big Keith up in the house. How you guys doing?
Great, thank you. Go for it.
Hey, I had a question for you from baseball, but first I wanted to tell you, you're my second favorite ball caller ever. So
Well, that's great, Keith. You're my fifth favorite caller.
well, I just wanted. I never said that to you, but I really enjoy your calling.
Thank you very much.
Yep. And before I talk about baseball, I was going to say the softball team, man, is crazy good. I'm so impressed with them. I'm so excited. I think we got a chance to get at least in the top 3 of the SEC. And then my question about baseball for you is, my statement is I don't think we're going to get out of the bottom quarter of the league this year. I think it's going to be Dave Van Horn's worst year ever there. And I was going to ask you, do you think part of our problem is we're getting the wrong type of people from the what do they call it? What's it called? Where you
portal?
Get people?
The transfer portal?
Yeah.
The warp zone? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a matter of getting the wrong kind of person, culture fit, that sort of idea, or if it's just a matter that the skill set that you're seeing and the numbers that we're producing from that skill set in the Southland or the Missouri Valley Conference or Conference USA or wherever is not translating to the SEC. And it might have been translating against schools like Stetson and UTA, but not necessarily against Florida, which is a completely different level of pitching than you will see in just about every other weekend. And, I thought we saw good starting pitching from Mississippi State. Their bullpen was a mess. South Carolina didn't really have very much of either of them, but they did have a good Sunday starter. That might have felt like a fluke. Florida's bullpen has some of the best stuff that Arkansas will see all year long. The thing that was most shaking for me is the inability for the pitching staff to throw strikes. And I think that can get back to where it had been. And I expect it to happen very soon. Meanwhile, we are back in a moment and wrap the show up. This is halftime.
Well, and I've called in here like super high, but that was after a dental procedure, not the other high.
This is halftime.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand-new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited-time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
This is Northside head basketball coach Cody Wilmath. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Hi, this is Ricky Smith, head basketball coach for the Northside Lady Bears. I dial 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
What a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Lindbergh and the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust a team that delivers results. Go to LindberghTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith.
If you work the land, Wheeler Power Sports and Kawasaki want to work for you. The Kawasaki Agriculture Sales Program is delivering exclusive farmer incentives on Kawasaki off-road vehicles. Save $250 on a brute force. Save $500 on Kawasaki mules. And $750 on Kawasaki Ridges. This program runs through March 31st, and it can be combined with any other Kawasaki promotion. All you need is a registered farm ID, ag tag, exemption, or co-op membership. Wheeler Power Sports in historic downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
10 years ago, True Grit Running Company opened its doors with one simple goal: to help people move better, feel stronger, and find their stride. Today, we're celebrating 10 years of True Grit. Join us all year long for anniversary events, group runs, limited edition gear, and plenty of surprises as we kick off 2026. Whether you're chasing a finish line or just starting your journey, thank you for being part of our story. True Grit Running Company, 10 years strong, built by runners.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Bounce on into Crabtree RV Center in Alma, Arkansas for the best deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Whether you're looking for a motorhome, travel trailer, fifth wheel, or toy hauler, we have them all here at Crabtree. So avoid the madness of crowded cities and hotels this summer by taking your family team on the open road with the perfect RV from Crabtree RV Center. Conveniently located at the junction of I-40 and I-49, family-owned and operated since 1950.
Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive hotline at 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive, where the ultimate challenge is back and 600 vehicles must be sold in March. Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right. Matt Jones, did we solve the world's problems today?
I hope not.
Did we solve the Razorbacks' problems today?
I hope not, but I sure did have fun.
Yeah, I did too. It was a lot of fun. Appreciate the calls and the texts from everybody checking in with us today. If you missed anything on the show, our talk with Mike Irwin, our 3 Up, 3 Down with Dr. Charlie Liggett, the All-Star phone calls, and it'll be on the Halftime Eastside Liquor podcast coming out very shortly, as Ruskin and Zach are also getting ready to get you set for their show coming up at 2 o'clock. Tomorrow, I am out because the baseball team has a much different travel schedule. We are busing to Missouri State, and then after the game tomorrow night in Springfield, flying from Springfield to Auburn. So my usual plans of driving to the road game in Springfield isn't going to work much, because otherwise I'd have to walk from Fayetteville to Springfield or get some sort of an Uber, and it would cost way too much to go pick up my car in Springfield. So you'll have Matt and Clay on the show tomorrow. And Matt, I got to be honest, one of the reasons I took this Arkansas job was to not have to take a bus ride anymore, because I had thousands of miles of bus rides in minor league baseball. So
it's a galvanizing bus ride.
Yes, it will.
Potico bus ride. We got to come together.
I love how you're phrasing it there. That's right. That'll be the start of the galvanization process. That's what it'll be. Oh, great stuff, guys. Fun to be back with you. And then it'll be Matt and Clay and the unit, along with Bill King, Alyssa Orange tomorrow. And then I'll be with you guys on Wednesday when we solve all the world's problems once again. Have a great rest of your Monday. For Matt and the unit, I am Phil. That's halftime. See you tomorrow, or not.